I can't get these memories out of my mind, and some kind of madness has started to evolve. I tried so hard to let you go, but some kind of madness is swallowing me whole. Yeah, I have finally seen the light, and I have finally realized what you mean. And now I need to know, is this real love, or is it just madness keeping us afloat? And when I look back at all the crazy fights we had, it's like some kind of madness was taking control. Yeah, and now I have finally seen the light, and I have finally realized places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere, and their tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I want to drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad world. One pen makes you larger, and one pen makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 2 feet tall.
Why? Because I'm a wizard.
Yes, Brayden is a wizard.
Why every time?
Welcome to the Glassbreakers Guild. We are so glad that you were here. It was a short week for us here after a long week because we didn't get together on our regular night last week. But we are here on our regular night, and so are you. So good on you, mate. I don't know, no hair, beard, wearing my flowery,
Florida?
whatever.
Just
I'm just gonna keep going.
going.
I'm gonna keep going now. Welcome, guys. So glad you're here. We are looking very forward to having some fun tonight, and hope you guys are too. Um, as always, just a few reminders before we get started. We have our Discord server running. You can check in there to keep up to date on what's going on with us and tell us what's going on with you. We've got news and information about Kyrie's creative streaming when she's able to do so, and Danny's creative streaming when she's able to do so, and news about this channel as well. We've also got the in-character section we call the Hags Master. It's our in-play, in-character tavern all the way down at the bottom. It's a cool place. Any character you've got, any system, doesn't matter. Bring them in, have fun. It's a good time for everybody. We've also got our YouTube channel where you can find all of the back episodes for this, as well as the just ended Glassbreakers Guild main campaign that we ran. It was our romp through the Tomb of Annihilation, so go check that out. I guarantee you will not find another version of that campaign the way we did it anywhere on the internet.
Not wrong with that.
No.
So go watch through that, have some fun. We're in the middle of, or I'm in the middle of trying to get geared up for my next big campaign. In the meantime, as you may well know, these last few weeks, Danny has been running her version of a homebrew campaign and taking us through the wild, wacky world of Neverland / Wonderland / the World of Dreams / whatever.
It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a name, but it's really, really cool, and I'm having fun, and I think these guys are too. And with that, we will turn it over to Danny.
Hello, friends.
If I sit correctly, you'll only see the top of my head.
I think we're okay. We kind of forgot to check the cameras before we started this shindig, so
We never do.
we generally
We
do.
usually do.
Generally do. But yeah, if anything is too crazy, then let us know if there's like crazy focus or anything like that going on. So we're adjusting. We're adjusting.
It's so cute.
What's cute?
Steven's kiwi bird.
Oh, the kiwi. Oh, it is really, really cute. You
So
you jumped.
we
Tiny
have
kiwi
discovered
bird.
a store that has a whole
really
lot of teeny tiny plastic figurines. We restrained ourselves and only bought 6.
I love you guys so much. You make me happy. Anyway, back to the actual campaign. Who would like to give us a...
I actually took notes.
Huzzah! We have a winner!
Started.
Let's see how this goes.
Okay. Alright.
Did we?
Yeah, we began, we were seeing 3 shadows that looked like rock shadows and 2 regular shadows, and we fought them. We killed them in cool ways.
Killed them in cool ways.
Okay, I'm just reading what I wrote. Rosebush Queen was really concerned about her husband and people, so we continue toward her kingdom. There was a lot of mushrooms and whispers in the trees. There also seems to be flute sounds, pixies, black squirrels, and weird things. There's a tree that breaks away to talk to us and stops us. The queen approaches and lets him know that we were okay and, not actually bad guys. He takes us to the king. We learned that Janice can speak Sylvan. We met with the Rose King. He looks like he might have some kind of blackish looking stuff on his arm that I think he was kind of trying to hide, if I remember correctly. He thanked us for saving his wife, offers us shelter, whatever we want, and we basically stay the night and feast with the forest. Oh yeah, and then all of us had unsettling dreams.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That tied
That was
into
the
our
thing.
madness. Emmy is offered companionship and youth. Claudius sees children playing and is offered the idea of keeping the children safe and giving them more. This is sort of paraphrasing as to what I got out of it, but Henry sees the White Rabbit freaking out at him for being late and sees glimpses of his life and his death. He is offered the chance to live without the constraints of time. Janice, I actually zoned out for most of his dream. So what I
So
have
did I.
written down is that Janice saw an old man that seemed eerily familiar. So if you want to fill anything in there,
Nope.
okay.
Nope, that about covers it.
For myself, I saw a well-dressed man and he told me that he can reunite me with my parents. There was a light-haired man in the background that was posing as a guard that told me no. I do remember that there was also a similar light-haired man that popped up in Lance's dream. And then once we woke up and had breakfast with the trees, Janice is covered in strange armor. We're all surprised by it. He is also surprised by it.
Surprise!
And we ended by, I don't remember who noticed this, but the same light-haired dude from my dream and from Janice's dream was following us.
And you were the only two that actually made your saves
Right.
on that, right?
That's why the light-haired guy
Yeah.
showed up, I'm
I-
assuming.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally botch that. But yes, that would be
Jeez.
correct.
You're like 2 hit points up from me. I'm the wizard.
Is that why you were screaming about being a wizard?
Yeah.
So you have had your morning breakfast that has been set out before you and whatnot, and you have taken notice of this blonde-haired man who has now disappeared into the woods. You have the guidance, if you will, of Itzhak. Yeah, there we go. Itzhak. Your Dryant friend. Yes, the general, who is going to show you to the border where they are not able to cross now. But he's at least going to give you guidance up to that point and allow you guys to find your way from there. And is there anything else that you would like to do before embarking southward? Anything that you need to tie up?
I already sent my letter.
I should write that down actually because I had forgotten about that. That's a fake pencil. That's just rude. Pen
What?
it is.
Pennies.
Fake pencil.
It had no lead in it. It was a deceiver. Okay. Alright. That little detail had escaped my notes. So, for Bald Man's Guild, before the morning, Itzhak begins to kind of move through. It takes a decent amount of chutzpah to keep pace with him. He's a really tall
now.
guy, and he's moving at a fairly decent clip. There are some things that seem to be moving about in the forest, but as they see him coming, it's as though his presence is automatically acknowledged, and whatever is making sound around you tends to just be quieted and sometimes part the ways. You do see that there are several interesting species of other tree creatures here and there. There are little pygmies, the little vine pygmies here and there that you can occasionally see out of the corner of your eye, like, and they're making these little sounds like, and they're talking back and forth to each other, and as Itzhak gets closer, there's a little bit of a hush and they kind of just sort of gather at the edges of where you're walking and look.
Jawas.
Edge pygmies.
I mean,
Oh,
one I think of.
You're not wrong. That is essentially what they are, but they're not
They keep following us.
not necessarily bad veg pygmies. They're
There's just some past incarnation that's tickling in the back of my mind. I'm like, kill them!
kill the pygmies.
Why is
Kill
my
the
soul
pygmies.
hurt all the time?
In a past life, I feel that we were enemies.
You're so cute
Spying
now,
adventuring
but
in your
I
soul.
somehow don't like you. Yes. So there are different species that are gathering around and staying close. In the distance, you can hear this sound. It almost sounds like a Viking horn calling, but it doesn't sound man-made. It sounds like a creature that a Viking horde would be made to sound like. It's leads you through relatively with like very little conversation, leading you through the forest. He's not opposed to answering questions or anything like that. You get the impression that he's generally a quiet type of person. On the way, you see different berries that are available to be foraged. He does kind of indicate to you that you might want to collect some, in case the path becomes treacherous for you and you need to stop before you actually get to White Castle.
I would imagine that we'd take that advice.
It's probably solid advice. I don't know how long things are going to take you guys. We'll find out as we get closer. But yeah, he does kind of use.
As we're walking,
Here we go.
I would like to pick up various pieces of wood
Okay.
and put them in my bag.
I'll
That's
allow
all.
it.
Like, I'm specifically looking for nothing that's attached that might be attached to something that I didn't see.
You pull off the nose of a.
Yeah.
Just for funsies, roll me perception check.
This is good. 24.
Oh, okay, yeah. You almost like managed to catch a veg pygmy accidentally, but he kind of looks up and scatters out of your way, and doesn't seem offended that you were reaching down. He seems to realize that you were mistaken, or he was mistaken for another piece of
For
just-
common wood.
I mean, he knows what he looks like.
Self-aware.
Yes, he's a self-aware veg pygmy.
Become sentient.
As you begin to near, you can kind of start to see that the forest is beginning to thin out towards the edges, and you can hear a bit closer to you the sound of this horn-like call. And Ixar raises his hand up and signals for you guys to stop. He turns around. The questing beasts are near.
Oh.
Who was it who told us to watch out for the questing beast?
The Lost Boys. That was the Lost Boys.
Because they were like fast as cheetahs.
They're
But only you two have understood this, yes?
yes.
I assume
He is
like,
speaking.
you know,
He does not speak common, so only you two actually understand this.
there's some questing beasts up ahead apparently.
They sound troubled.
They
This does
sound
not
troubled.
bode well.
Does not bode well.
He sort of fades into one of the trees, and you can see him kind of flop, like the figure sort of strides upward into the tree, and he's looking to see if he can identify the place where the questing beasts
Just
are.
imagining at the top of this tree, just
Up periscope.
What do you see?
Something you never should yell in a hot tub. Nothing?
I wasn't prepared for that statement.
I refuse. That was not in character.
No, it was not.
It was funny though.
It was funny, but it was not in character. No.
For all the dad jokes that you've told out of character at this table, come on.
Or your
I
character.
never got inspiration for them. though.
It's because they were terrible, terrible jokes. Because they weren't funny.
Pretty bad.
They were
I
dead
didn't think
jokes.
he was funny just then.
That's why you didn't give him a joke.
Exactly.
You're not tired enough, obviously. Clearly, we are tired enough.
Know your audience or something.
Or something, yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
As he gets closer, he kind of strides back. It's kind of interesting watching him move because it's almost like he is a wave in the bark that just travels back down and then pulls himself out of the tree. He looks to you guys and says, "I'm not sure that we can avoid crossing their territory. And they are disturbed."
I let the group know.
Try to preserve what you can.
What does that mean?
Braden, what was that?
Try to preserve what you can.
Right, what is that
Was
supposed
that a
to mean?
translation issue?
Well, what does that mean?
Your word. Your word. Save. Preserve.
You don't want us to harm the questing beast? Is that what you're trying to say?
If possible.
Okay. They just don't want us to harm the questing beasts.
Okay.
We can try for that.
We will do so.
I am unsure what is wrong. And so, if you must, you must. But they are generally good. Wild. But good. He kind of turns and begins to, you can tell that he's gone from just very proudly and tallly walking through the forest. He's beginning to kind of slip and sneak as he goes, kind of trying to be a little bit more observant and make sure that nothing is being made aware of his presence.
I am going to follow his lead and be sneaky.
So
Me
will I.
too.
Gift of alacrity, fortune's favor.
17
Okay.
for my stealth roll.
24.
I
24.
guess we're all stealthing.
Okay.
Alright, well, there goes the first fortune's favor. Oh, it wasn't worse. It wasn't better.
Let's see.
Stealth?
Could be worse, I suppose.
Why is my sleight of hand so high? Oh.
It looked like a different kind of dice.
10.
Ouch.
24.
No nat 20s?
16.
Oh, frick.
Apparently, it doesn't matter.
I thought 24 was pretty dang good.
It was. They just happened to get more.
More.
Damn.
Well,
I set up this grid prematurely because I forgot that the questing beast thing is going to
we're
be
to
a thing.
fight questing beasts.
I don't know. Maybe I will have it on deck.
But whatever
in
is
case
harassing the
you
questing
need
beasts.
to. So the questing beasts definitely see you.
Okay.
As you approach.
So have you moved us to the right map?
I have moved you to a grid. It will. Give
So
me
you need
one
to take
second.
the player's bookmark and move it over so that we can actually
We're
see
still
it.
on the world map.
We're on the map.
Players bookmark. And I am going to do a quick adjustment here.
Cool.
Okay. Let me adjust these. What order are you guys in? By chance.
Middle.
Whoa!
I'm probably taking up the back.
And I'm in the front.
And this is not how this actually
would
looks
be
just yet.
probably-
Sorry.
Towards the front as well.
And we will call Swordy
That's what we've sort
McSworderson
of done
your
This
Ixar
far,
friend.
So it makes sense.
And as soon as you are at a point where you can, I will need to move us as well.
Okay, so we are just going to call this a herd over hurrah.
Ready to battle mercy it up.
Okay, so
You're gonna heal.
No, Battle Mercy is the opposite of healing.
No,
Battle Mercy is whipping your pistol out and only using that.
I see.
okay, so what order did we say we were in? Sorry, you guys.
I'm gonna play that twice.
He's in.
Steven is in the front,
Steven's in front,
I'm probably right there next to him.
and then me,
and
then Braden.
mine,
and then Natalie.
and Janice. Oh, James is still here. Why is James still here?
Because you
Oh,
put
it's
him as
like,
an
no,
NPC.
no, he's
You
not.
put him as an NPC and never got rid of him.
Claudius put him in a bag and brought him with.
Yeah.
And let's take him off there. Okay.
I'm taking children to battle now.
Yes, you can.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Not you.
Dankeschön.
Bitte.
Yeah, I want to do some
I have no idea
top-down things with maps at some point, Poser. But right now, if I did that, we would get in the way of the people on the table. So, at the table, unless we had one like at the ceiling that didn't have,
Could be.
I don't know.
It'd be tight.
We'll see what we can do.
We'll probably get experimental and do something cool at some point with them. But
Well,
I
the other
mean-
thing to keep in mind is we have additional lighting that's gonna go in as well.
yes. Okay, we there? It's not. It's not there yet.
Oh,
You left the game.
Nice.
What'd you do?
I mean, theoretically, at least provided our group doesn't get any bigger, yeah, a stand could work. But
Depending on when Nate and Kyrie come back.
right, have we heard from Kyrie?
Not recently. I need
As
to.
I heard, she's still stuck in Australia.
Yeah, she is still stuck in Australia, but I
Oh.
haven't
I didn't actually.
figured out.
That makes sense given
Woo!
the circumstances.
Corona.
Poser's got an impressive streak going on. 1 year, 2 months, 5 days, 2
Has it
hours.
really been over a year?
Yup.
Yeah, I think I missed a month in there, so I'm only at 8.
I continually forget that I have to log on through my laptop to do it, so I frequently end up not subscribed to our own channel because I am terrible.
Because you're human and you have a life?
One of those things may be true.
Little A, little B.
One of those things may be true.
Two things can't be true.
No.
No, you can only be one thing.
Tweedle it is. I have made my decision.
We know Neanderthals.
Every time.
Okay, we good?
Yeah, don't hit a side button. I have to unmap those.
What are they mapped
Can-
to?
Do
Apparently,
you
one
guys
of the
have it?
One of them's mapped
It's on
to
ours.
back.
It's on ours.
Okay, as long as you guys can see it, we'll call it good. Oh, there it is. Okay, nice. All right. So, there are yous guys, and just ahead of you, I don't think you guys can actually see them in
No.
that picture.
Nope.
Can I? Where am I? No,
You're
I want to
on
go.
You're on our side.
Oh.
You've ruined the whole thing!
I need 2 mice. I need 2 mouses.
You can do that.
There we go. That's what we're going for there.
Mousin
Many much mercy.
Mises.
in the woods.
I
No,
need
what's this
2
in?
Mises.
What's this in?
I have to be really careful how I pick up them.
Boxin.
All right.
And you're back
let
on ours
me-
again.
Yes,
Box
yes.
of the
Okay.
donuts.
Now I'm back on mine, I think. Yes. Okay.
Make sure you
we're
click
good.
into your window to make sure that it's active. There you go.
Window click. Huzzah! Okay. So,
Computers are fun.
Yes. They're not,
sorry.
I don't think they anticipated the particular use we're putting them to when they designed Windows.
No.
No.
No. So,
single computer, single user, right? Right.
so you see ahead of you 6 questing beasts. Do you guys remember what questing beasts look like?
Nope. Kind of.
Vaguely.
Serpentine, like half dragon, half snake head, kind of cheetah torso, horse legs, and a weird whippish tail. So they're also about like 5 times the size of a horse. They're biggins. So you see a herd kind of through the trees. This is still a wooded area that has clearly taken notice of you. One of them, the red one over here, is lashing about. Oh, we have 2 red ones. That's not helpful. Or is that brown?
There's a pink
There's
one.
a pink, a
Purple
purple,
and
a
red.
yellow, a green, a blue, and a red.
Yeah, the purple's gonna be hard, I think. But
This is where
This is where red green colorblind DM is not a good thing.
pink I can see. We're gonna make it the pink one. So the pink one is kind of thrashing about and throwing itself onto the ground, strangely, and in between, like lashing out at the others who seem to be attempting to defend themselves without actively harming the other. But you can tell it's becoming difficult. They are lashing back, and I mean they're wild animals, so their control is not the greatest with regard to that.
Are we close enough that we could see the shadow situation?
the shadow situation.
The shadow.
Wrong thing. No, don't enable fog of war. I don't know what that is. Don't enable that. I meant to click this one. Okay.
It's okay, there's nothing to block sightlines, so.
Great. Okay, so it's about 90 feet, and it's daylight, so you can roll me perception. We'll see, or investigation. I'll take either.
Oh, good. One of those is great.
Does a passive perception of 18 do me any good?
I mean, it's not gonna hurt you.
18 for me.
23.
Okay.
I'm not looking.
Okay.
I was paying attention to those.
So, yeah, all of you guys would probably be able to see. You can tell that the shadows are not behaving strangely. You guys can't necessarily tell about the shadows, but all 3 of you can tell that there is like 1/4 of this questing beast is like turning black and stone-like.
Does it kind of look like what was going on with the Rose King guy?
In a larger way, yes. He seems to be fighting. It's almost like that particular piece of him is acting of its own accord, and he is actively fighting with it. And this blue guy is
Yes.
going to.
Can you fix that?
Maybe.
I think we need to try.
Well, in that case, how far away are they?
One of them is moving closer.
Oh, good. Is that the one that's the taken over?
No,
Your
that's
taken
the
over one
pink
is
one.
is back here with the pink.
Ah, well, in that case, I would like to move forward 30 feet.
I will move up with you.
Let's see here.
I will
Find
too.
my ruler.
As will
Janice.
My guess.
You don't want to get left behind.
I don't want to get left behind.
Okay, 30. So everybody's going. Your treant friend is gonna be hanging out in a tree around here-ish.
So
and
he just
everybody else.
noped out.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He's more taking the observational stance.
And I mean,
He
he's just
hasn't
a guy,
left
like-
you. Yeah, he's just hanging out close by, seeing what's going on.
He's waiting to see if we live or die.
Pretty much.
Clearly, do I have
These
to
are
take
not
you
herbivores.
Yeah. Henry,
Mm-hmm.
can you make a distraction off to the east?
How close am I to the pink one?
To the pink one, you are
A distraction? I mean,
about 85.
I need to move within 60 feet.
Okay.
And I am going to
I will keep up
walk
with you.
forward until I am that close.
I'm going to
How are
point.
you going about walking forward? Like, are you doing anything special?
No.
Okay.
I would like to keep myself between the questing beasts and Janice as best I can.
Okay. So, Janice, you said you're moving 20 feet
I am.
so that you can get within 60.
Yeah, I'm moving close enough to be within 60 feet.
Do they, the ones moving towards us, do they seem to be aggressive, charging, bloodthirsty?
They're not
More-
not aggressive.
Curious than anything right now, but the closer you get, the more concerned they're getting.
Curious like a puppy exploring the world, or curious like a bobcat deciding if you're dinner?
Well, a little bit.
This is such a terrible
Yep.
They have
idea.
not attacked you yet.
Yet.
That's not a
If I make
I only
an
have
effort at
burning
animal
spells.
handling on the blue one, what is it? A single roll? Is it multiple
You
rolls?
wanna do an
How
animal
high is the
handling
DC?
check?
Is it? Yes.
Oh yes.
I mean, I would like
Keith's
to
going
attempt.
tame it.
I would
They-
like to attempt
berries?
animal handling on the blue one.
So,
To keep it calm and let it know that we are friends.
are you
Ooh,
going
big-
to try to do
Ooh.
it from where you are, or are you going to try to approach it?
I've got to be closer to it. So yeah, I'm gonna be on the other side of
Claudius?
Claudius, close to Blue, and
How close do you want to be?
how?
This can only go well.
Clearly.
I'm gonna be 10 feet off from Claudius, so like right next to it in the lower southeast corner, southwest corner.
There.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. So that's gonna
And,
be.
and it's very slowly, very carefully. So animal handling.
Let's say DC 16.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
I've got a +4, so that's not where I wanted you to go. And I got a 14, so that's an 18 total.
It starts to
Ooh.
growl at you as you get closer to it, and you can kind of see this thing as it starts to.
In my mind, snakes don't do that.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly a snake. He
It
kind of
just looks
starts
like a snake.
sniffing.
Making no sudden movements whatsoever. I'm just gonna kind of reach out and lay a hand on its snout gently. Claws in just the pads.
How attached are you to that hand?
it won't be attached in a second.
It seems to be figuring out that you don't mean harm, and it seems to not be hungry right this second.
Well, that's good.
So as you when you make contact with it, there's a little bit of, and as you start to kind of do this, he's like,
But being a cat, I also know that this cannot last long. So just 2 or 3, and then I'm gonna back away.
he kind of sits back on his haunches, but he's still watching very intently.
Once I am close enough that I'm within 60 feet of the pink one, it needs to make a wisdom save.
And I believe that we are there now. Let me make sure that I have gotten you to the right place. Yeah, we'll say yes. You're just 5 feet, so it needs to make a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Check my stats. Not one of their higher ones.
That's good.
It's not super low, but that was a low roll. So yeah, he fails.
So, erupting out of the ground around him are iron manacles and a muzzle,
Oh,
and he is now paralyzed.
you can hear this, and he just kind of gets pinned to the ground with the manacles, and the muzzle kind of keeps him in his spot, and you can kind of see him thrashing against it. That got the attention of the other ones. Let's see how they respond to that. Evens or odds?
Odds.
You are lucky. Okay, so they are curious as to why the earth just like erupted around them and are now like investigating the manacle situation, and kind of clawing at or pawing or hoofing at at this interesting thing that has now bound their companion to the ground.
Was that the whole solution?
Well, I don't know what the problem is, so yes.
Right. And we're
let me check
walking.
this. The green guy is going to move over to the wrong thing. Blue. There we go. When he hears all of the chaos, he's gonna come like running this direction. And Emmeline, you want to roll me an animal handling for that one too?
Do I want to? No. Will I? Sure.
Big money, no wennies. Big money, no wennies.
Hi, wifey. We were just wondering
I have
about
an
you.
inspiration, and I'm going to spend it.
Good.
17.
It kind of approaches the other one who's sitting back on his haunches, still kind of observing what's happening, trying to figure out what it's going to do, what you're going to do. And when he sees when he sees that one is being calm and chill and just waiting, he stares at it. She stares at you. And kind of sits back on his haunches too. And lifts, if he had an eyebrow, it would be like this, the little snaky part is going, huh?
So what are their tails doing?
It's kind of doing the cat
Okay, yeah,
thing.
it's a cat flick thing where you're like,
Okay, so not petting this one.
Yeah, the other one seems more chill, but the green one definitely has the tail flick thing going.
And I'm actually gonna sit down cross-legged in front of them and just sit there. And my tail is actually doing the same thing, sort of flicking back
are you
and
in
forth.
sync with them or like on opposite with them? So like theirs goes left, yours goes right?
Yeah.
So the blue one is apparently slightly derpy, and kind of when he sees you take that posture, he tries to do the same, and kind of like you can see him kind of awkwardly attempting to do something that looks like crossing his legs, and then he's watching your tail going. just very intently watching. I'm gonna roll for those two each every couple of minutes and make sure that is what they remain doing.
Okay.
We're moving.
Where you going? I am tipsy, hear me roar. Congratulations. So how far are you moving up? And who's going first?
Me and Claudius are going first.
Yep. And I am maintaining. So I'm not as worried about the two, the green and blue, but I'm going to maintain staying between Janice and the beasts.
I'll bring up the rear.
Do we just want to walk past? Do we want to try and intervene?
If you have a way you can fix it, one of you three with your magic-y things want to try to fix it, I think that would be a good idea. If not, I think we might want to beat feet, as it were.
Are you following along, Henry?
To the plot?
No, that's
I'll be right next to
Emmeline?
Emmeline. I will extract her if things go wrong.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, I could try to give it some healing. I don't know.
Did you take
Did I take what?
what is it?
Cure wounds, healing
no,
word.
magic.
Restoration.
Restoration would work, or what's the one I'm thinking of?
So far, you've used the word magic, which does not narrow it down in the slightest.
There's King's Thunder. I used it on.
Oh, dispel.
Dispel magic. Thank you.
No. You might
I
have
think
it.
so, but
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got
I
it.
could try to use.
I chose counterspell.
I could try to use some lay on hands, and because I can cure poison and disease with it.
I mean, this seems magical to me.
It doesn't say you can't cure magical disease.
That's true.
It is a magical thing.
So if you guys are willing to try it, I think that would be a good idea. But if not, then we might want to just make our way out of here.
I'm willing to try.
Okay.
How good are you guys with animals?
I'm a clock man.
Aren't you with?
Yeah.
Janice,
Not especially, apparently.
you're
The eye twitch made that glorious.
Pretty sure she was going to say you are an animal.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say furry.
Which is more offensive? Being called an animal or being called furry?
No offense to the listeners who might be furries.
Oh, I didn't think we were going with you are a furry, but you are furry.
I didn't know how that might be
Your
interpreted.
dream version is essentially a bovine.
Partially.
I didn't mean any offense.
No, I'm not good with animals.
That's
I'm barely good with people. Actually, I'm really bad with people. I have negative on charisma.
So sad.
Hey, you
But
and I have the same
true.
charisma now.
all right. Well, I guess let's try.
We are going to walk up to the pink one,
Very, very, very slowly,
apparently slowly.
with no sudden moves at all.
It's a good thing you specified that.
Very slowly. They're gonna attack us anyway.
Evens or odds?
Odds.
Okay. So, the red one and the one whose color I can't identify.
Purple is what you're looking for.
I don't know if it's that one up in the corner. It could
Orange
Yeah,
Is
is it
that
the
orange?
most north?
or a very orange-looking
It's the
brown.
one, like,
Northeast?
okay, that's like brownish.
It's
Brown.
like an orange brown.
Okay, okay. Because to me it just looks exactly like the red one. So that one seems a little less chill than the purple one. So the purple one, kind of, they all take notice of you as you move forward. This guy kind of comes around to try and head you off as you guys approach closer.
Okay, and so I'm keeping myself between these two and it.
Okay. Something like that.
Yeah, that'll work. And before it gets in front of us, I will sort of step maybe like a foot or two, so not much, but I will step towards it slowly.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I can sort of head it off instead.
Okay. How would you like to do so? Are you attacking it? Are you... Okay.
No, I'm just being a distraction. I am stepping in front of it so that they can keep moving.
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling.
Well, this isn't going to be good.
You're not actively trying to attack it, so...
16?
It's the
I
same
had +1.
DC, he meets
I-
it.
Don't.
Yeah,
If
it's not
the-
an attack, so I think I'm gonna count that. It doesn't seem happy that you're there, but it's holding and just like standing there braced, like it's ready to pounce when necessary. So the other two allow you guys to get close enough to the pink when they look on with more curiosity. You can tell that they are ready to do damage if necessary, but yeah, they're not messing with you currently. They seem to be more curious about what it is that you intend on doing.
I'm going to, again, very slowly
Pinky.
reach my hand and touch the manacled questing beast and dump in 10 points of lay on hands. It says that I can use 5 to cure a poison or a disease.
Okay.
So I'm going to just go ahead and dump in 10
Okay.
in case there's poison and disease.
What you see is kind of reassuring, but not all simultaneously. Like when you roll me animal handling too. This is like he's bound and gagged pretty much, so you don't have to worry about danger. But
6.
okay, so he doesn't like you much.
That's fair.
You can see as you're approaching him, he's fighting really, really hard against his bindings and trying really, really hard to pull out of the muzzle so that he can snap at you. As you put your hand on him, you see the dark part of this begin to like recede, and you can kind of tell that it's having a positive effect. It's bringing that part back. But you can also tell that it's still not quite right. Like, some of the damage has been undone, but the effect, like, whatever is causing it has not been solved. So and he looks far more comfortable, even though he's still really, really iffy about your existence and really wants to kind of snap at you. If nothing else, you seem to have bought him some time.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dump in another 10.
Okay. All of the actual damage that kind of in my brain looks like stone necrotic damage, all of that seems to be reversing. You cannot tell now if the effect is gone or not because the visible signs of damage are all gone. So if there is still an effect, it is not currently visible.
I say that we start moving, and if you can let that go when we're a safe distance away. How far are we from Emmeline? I don't want to yell.
You are... Claudius is about 60 feet from Emmeline. So all of you guys are a hair closer. Do any of you have a message?
As a matter of fact,
Aha!
I do, and I will use it.
Good.
Who do I... I'll tell you, Keith, what the plan is.
Okay.
So you guys abandon post and come forward?
Henry, and my eyes have not left the questing beasts in front of me.
Yes.
You should go ahead and go join the others. I'll be along shortly.
Dang. I'm also going to message our guide.
Okay.
Okay.
And he is right next to you,
Don't
so
worry,
he's
dear.
actually
I'll
kind
be
of
Oh,
fine.
he's actually kept up
Yeah,
with us.
he's like in a tree right here. He was waiting for crap to go down in case he needed to pull one of you guys out.
Tree.
So do with that what you will.
While we're there, can we see anything that might be, like, externally, like, is there anything visible? You know, any, like, teeth marks? Is there any kind of, like, sign of where this might have come in? What might have caused it initially?
I will take, because that kind of sort of goes along with tracking too. I will take medicine or survival.
Yep, neither of those are going to be particularly good. Actually, survival's not bad. 22.
22. Okay, so what you can see is kind of like there's some slight bruising on the beast's foreleg. We'll say. So there's some slight bruising that looks like it could have been caused by an impact, and maybe that has something to do with it. You also, as you're examining the area around, like, you see signs of someone here. There are footprints nearby that look humanoid. There are signs of someone, probably normal person size, moving through these woods ahead of you.
Okay, in what direction?
It looks as though it's going the direction that you guys are going.
Coincidentally, I don't remember if I was one of the ones who saw our white-haired gentleman. I don't believe so.
Nope.
So I will just sort of pass that along. There was someone ahead of us, I believe, someone of roughly our size passed through not long before we did. And I believe somebody has done this to this poor creature. This was intentional.
Moving forward.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Minus
Okay.
Emmeline. I guess.
As soon as Henry is far enough away, I'm going to slowly rise, and with my eyes still on them, I'm going to back
Run up a
away.
Slinky, slinky, slinky.
And as soon as I've got what I feel like is a fair, safe distance, I'll turn and rejoin my compatriots.
Okay, so you guys are all heading this direction. Elaine, as you guys kind of pass through here, the purple and the red, I think that's the red one, not the brown one, I can't really tell. It's kind of hard to tell, but it almost looks like they bow at you. Kind of acknowledging that you've done something good for their friend. And kind of sit back and just allow you to go. This one's still a little bit wily, but he's when he kind of sees their response to you, he calms and just sort of lets you pass without anything. Now
I'll bow slightly and keep moving.
Okay, so the green one has lost interest and is rejoining the group. The blue one is now following Emmeline.
You've made a friend.
We're not
We'll come out in this map.
Didn't anyone ever tell you don't feed them?
I didn't.
It was not me.
You
this
fed them
time.
with love.
Let me move you guys. We'll come
No,
back
you
to
never
the
pet
map.
the creatures.
So you guys move past the herd, and the blue one kind of just seems to be just kind of casually oh wow, sorry, that's
Keith, you need to make friends with it now. You need to make it one
Yeah.
of our own. Then you can ride it into battle.
Oh dear.
He's
Speak
faster
quick.
than
Oh, remember? Oh, I could do the, what's the thing that you did when you were SAR with the,
Find greater
Find
steed.
greater steed.
yeah,
Yeah.
do that, but with a questing,
A questing beast.
we could try it.
Your
You
GM
could,
definitely
you
has
could
to.
metaphorically Pokeball this thing and as your find greater steed.
Questing beast.
Pokemon. No.
Ah.
There we go.
From above.
Okay, cool. So yes, you successfully make it past the questing beasts, and you are.
Well, I suppose I shall continue to try to bond with my questing beast.
Let's see. If you can make me.
Fortune's favor.
We'll say over time, if you can manage 5 successful animal handlings.
Okay.
Gonna tame a questing beast.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
great.
going to regret
Does
this.
now does the first one count?
Yeah, I'll let the first one count.
So I only need to make 4.
This is as
But
bad
if you
as the
botch
baby
this,
displacer
You
beasts.
might be in trouble. So, you know,
Hey,
read
I
that
handled it.
information,
I
which
know.
you will.
I'm not going to be in trouble. The rest of my party might be in trouble, but I won't be.
I made of metal. I have
It's
no
staying
reason
closest
to
to
be
you.
scared.
Yes, but I have tranquility.
Also, you can
right.
outrun it.
Plus, I can outrun it.
Well, that
I
depends on
think.
how fast one of these things are.
Can he?
For at least one turn, probably.
So now that you have its attention, I'll go ahead and take the second one now. You can roll.
5!
Oh my god.
You've
I
got
have Fortune's favor.
Which is what?
You just get to roll again.
Oh, okay.
You can just add another d20 to a roll.
That's a 14.
No. So now
Dang
the
it.
question becomes, does he respond to you? Oh, well, he doesn't eat you, so
That's
Oh, good.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
start.
That's the
He
story.
seems to just get really perturbed that you're not doing any of the things that he thinks would be exciting. So he turns and wanders off.
Aw.
So you have lost your questing beast, but he has also not attempted to eat you.
Oh,
So
that's good.
mazel
We
tov.
do have to pass back through here later, so
There might be
There
another
might be a
chance.
second chance.
To tame a questing beast.
do you want to release our erstwhile questing beast back there?
Sure.
You do. You're far enough away
Yep.
that they are they are occupied with one another. They are not worried about you. Your Ixar looks to you guys. Well handled. I was prepared to have to fish you out.
I don't swim.
Yet.
Did I not hear you say that you're going to the Queen's?
We can't understand him.
Oh, that's right. That's
I guess by that token he couldn't have understood
That's
you
true,
either.
that's true.
So, yep, yeah, that moment didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
That is really too bad.
Remember what happened to Jade?
Oh, right.
Jade all over again.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Forgot about it or blocked it? Right.
Yes.
As you continue through the forest, your trip goes relatively uneventfully. You do begin, as you get to a larger area of clearing, a fog begins to roll in from banks below. And I would like for everyone to roll me a nat 20, just plain old roll.
Rolling a natural 20, sure.
Alright, done.
Just a 20, sorry. A D20, not a
For
nat
what?
20.
Just for what?
For-
To see what this is going to do.
Oh,
You're
The
in Fey Fog.
fog.
Yeah.
oh, a 19.
No, 19.
So you are suddenly in a grease puddle. We will get to that in a moment.
Wait,
Do you remember what
a
happened?
20?
Is that like an oil bath for you? Or are you just like, oh,
Oh,
yeah?
I'm sorry. I botched this. Roll more to percentile.
Okay.
My bad.
Do you remember what happened when we did,
Mhm.
what was it, White Plume Mountain? Grease! Okay.
Aye. Okay.
The one is gonna be, or my purple one is gonna be my 10s.
52.
52. Okay. 52. A spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you a +2 bonus to AC and immunity to magic missile. That's
Cool.
nice.
26.
26. An eye appears on your forehead. Isn't this the second time this has happened to you?
Yep, that
Yep,
was.
it happened to me first.
You have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on sight.
Oh, good.
Natalie.
3.
For the next minute, you can see any invisible creature if you have line of sight to it.
Oh my gosh, is your dog up?
No.
Dang it!
I also read further with the dog. It's placement thing. So it's like
so
spirit.
It's for camp,
Yeah.
not for.
Oh,
Traveling
that's
with
too
us.
bad.
41.
It doesn't travel.
41.
It's just a stationary thing.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Steven, your rolls are always
Did I make a
special.
pyramid?
You turn into a potted plant at the start of your next turn. While a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form reverts.
Oh no, not again.
So I'm just going to look at you. I'm going to stop.
I think we all stop.
I'm going to look at you,
At the potted plant.
and I'm going to like hit you with the bottom of my staff and cast Dispel Magic. So I just... And he's back.
He's back, yes.
34.
I would not recommend doing that again.
Maximize. Oh, okay, that's still good for you. Maximize the damage of the next damaging spell you cast within the next minute. You don't cast spells, so man. So sorry. That's okay. If you have to travel in this for very long, you're gonna have to roll again anyway. the triad looks at you. You do good impersonations.
I don't know what he said.
And they're not gonna tell you.
Henry,
What?
you should feel your forehead.
Ow!
It's spectral.
Oh, it's spectral. Dang it!
Just a forehead.
You have another eye.
Do your mirror thing.
Oh.
You again.
We've seen that before.
Hello, darkness,
Actually,
my old
you
friend.
Because at the same time
We were
I was
invisible.
getting an eye, we were invisible.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think we did see it though after we fought the ogre, half ogre.
Oh yeah.
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 And you've got a shield. You were a plant.
Nothing happened to me.
I know. I feel fine.
So as you continue
Unless I
forward
see anything
through the mist.
invisible.
Oh wait, I should roll for the tree guy. See what happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so
turn
it was
into a plant.
synthesized.
Oh, he can also see invisible creatures. So
To turn him into a pot.
you continue forward for a spell, and everybody roll me perception.
I get advantage. I'm gonna need it.
Is there anything invisible?
Actually, yes.
Passive perception.
Nah,
18.
natural
Oh.
20.
Passive perception 18.
19.
Natural 20.
Oh,
24.
9.
okay. So for my 20 pluses, and you would have line of sight to it. So I'm gonna say because of your weird thing that you get from the fairy fog, this is still gonna apply to you.
Sweet.
Maybe that's not how technical
You're the DM.
rules should work, but I'm gonna say
You're God, you get to decide
yes.
how it works.
God says you can see this.
Okay.
You guys, the 20 pluses, you can see like twigs kind of snapping ahead of you, and you can actually see like flickers in the fog of the blonde-haired man kind of ducking and trying to sort of dodge in strange patterns so that maybe you won't be able to follow.
Everyone.
Mm.
There's someone up ahead of us.
Yep.
We've seen him before.
We have.
I've seen him before. Didn't I tell you guys about this?
No.
Someone was following us.
And now we're following him. Them.
My, how the turns have tabled.
Okay, so.
Add that, please, Keith. That would make me happy.
So what do we do about that?
Should we catch up?
You begin to feel the earth rumbling. And as such, as
the shark!
Tremors!
Sharknado!
This needs to turn into Tremors. I just need to watch that movie again so I know how to reference it. As you're kind of following him, deciding what to do, you can feel the earth tremble. And just ahead of you, you can see the fog billow over the edge of something, almost like a gap has just opened in the earth and things have been shifting. The Triad kind of puts his arm out for a moment and looks to you guys. The cliff is getting closer.
Great. Can I still see the place where the twigs were breaking?
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it?
It's probably about 30 feet, and that's getting close to where you can see comfortably in the fog anyway.
I am going to bum rush it.
You're going to attack the cliff head on?
No, I'm attacking the breaking twigs.
Okay.
This should get interesting in a hurry.
I would like to attack the gazebo.
Cheers.
Give me one moment. I was anticipating more time between things. I should not have anticipated this. I should have anticipated this thing happening.
See, but we all kind and gentle and soft and quiet with the questing beasts.
But invisible things.
I'm just gonna move all of these little baddie bads over here. You can
Baddie
ignore
bads.
them because they're not actually in this. They're just hanging out in the corner because it's easy to throw them there.
The question is the cliff or is the cliff
Up or down, yeah.
is it coming towards us or is it about to, or are
The
we?
fog is billowing off and you can kind of see where you have the impression of, you know how like if you've got like dry ice, the cascade kind of a thing.
Okay.
You can see where the fog is ahead, and like above you can kind of see probably about 50 to 60 feet. There's that cascade effect where it's all getting sucked to that point and dropping off. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
And you're
That's
running
you.
towards it.
I understand what you said. It does not make
Gonna
sense.
tackle the invisible thing off the cliff.
Okay, so you would be Claudius. Yep, you're right about there. Okay, so let me move this over so you can see what
am
I'm
not-
looking at.
Horning into this, but I am tackling.
If you can't see
Can I move
it.
that on my side, or do you need
Oh,
to?
hello,
Here.
skeletons.
Oh.
Yeah, it's, those are the ones you're not supposed to pay attention to.
Oh. Pay no attention to the man behind the screen.
Yes. They just got shoved there for convenience to get them out of the middle of you guys.
I mean,
Keith and I shall simply tag team this endeavor so that maybe we can have success. Okay. Whoa! Oh, there it is. So another 30 feet ahead of Pinky is the area where there's a bit of a drop off. So Claudius is going to. Oh, that's the measurement thing. We don't need that. Ah.
Such a bad idea.
Oh, I'm aware.
Like-
I'm aware.
Okay, there we go.
What could go
Sort
wrong?
of telling you guys
Nothing.
not to trust the bad guy.
So Claudius is just going to rush like a madman towards this guy. What do you intend on doing?
I'm just like full on
You're just gonna tackle him?
tackling whatever is there.
Okay. Roll me a grapple. Oh.
Well, where's he going?
He's going after the man that
24.
There is not a man there.
No, there's not.
You jump for the twig snapping places, and you successfully catch him for a moment. But as you grab a hold of him to take him to the ground, he flings you bodily over his shoulder and kicks off of your chest to continue running.
Your call. Would I have enough of an idea where that is to cast a spell at it? At the thing that just flung a minotaur around?
Seeing as you had a couple of seconds of like Claudius's airtime and whatnot to kind of get an idea of what's going on, I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay. I throw my rod of iron, javelin style, and when it hits, it explodes into rust, and he is no longer invisible.
Cool. Is there a
Fairy
save
fire.
against that or anything like that?
No.
It just
Fairy-
happens.
not fairy
Okay,
fire.
so as he leaves my
Dispel
range,
magic.
nice.
Nope.
As he leaves my range, which will be 10 feet from me, I'm making an attack, but with the back end of my glaive, so not the sharp, pointy end.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I am dropping in a trip attack to that.
Okay.
And while he's figuring all of that up, how close am I to where Claudius went down and where I can now see the guy that's no longer invisible?
So let's see. 30 feet is kind of comfortable sightline. So you're close enough you can see Claudius.
Uh-huh.
You are definitely close enough to get to Claudius in a turn of movement. Like, so
I
that's
only
forget-
moved 30 feet.
You forget how far and how fast.
Oh
I
no,
can
I
move.
don't. That's why I said definitely. Like, Claudius is still in your view, and you can tell that he's like fussing and fighting with this guy. So you have a pretty good
Well,
idea. Even
he's-
and
he
he's
is no
also
longer invisible.
So
So-
I'm going to move up to him, and I am going to attempt to take him down.
He may be prone. He needs to make a strength save if a 22 hits.
Oh. He is prone. he is very prone. He's very good at flipping you over his shoulder, and now he is very prone.
Okay, well, I'm going to get up to him, and since he is now prone, I am going to take a whack at him with a 28.
That's definitely gonna hit.
Do we move up?
Okay, and let me try.
Do we need to?
I point towards the cliff that is slowly coming towards us.
I'm gonna yell out, "Don't hurt him!"
Make a Constitution.
You've been
save.
heard. What they do with that information is
Yeah.
another
That's all I
Con.
can do.
Make a con save.
That's gonna be a 17.
Okay, so that'll be enough.
Okay.
But I'm not trying to do damage, so I'm actually not going to roll damage for the first attack.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
And then second attack is going to be a 27.
That's gonna hit.
Make the con save again.
That is another one. Same thing.
Dang it.
Make a wisdom save.
Are you going to stay still? I'm seriously asking him.
does not answer. He seems to just be trying really hard to get to his feet and scramble up.
Okay, so I'm gonna use his key point.
Wisdom, you said? Sorry. So 15?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
He is now trapped in a straitjacket made of iron chains.
Ah!
He is paralyzed.
You kind of like see this straitjacket wrap around him, and he kind of falls.
Of course, at
Is
the
there
same
any
time,
sound
at the
hurt?
same time
Yep.
you're doing that,
Yep.
I'm gonna 22.
Hits.
No,
Yes.
I think he
Okay.
did that.
Make the con save again.
Okay.
Oh jeez, I keep forgetting.
I don't know. He popped up. In
Oh,
my
that's a
brain.
high con. That's higher. So yeah.
Well.
Does a 21 hit?
Just keep
Yes.
helping this guy, like.
Poor guy.
And make the con save.
His con's not actually that high. He just keeps rolling really well. 14.
Okay, he is now stunned.
He is stunned and paralyzed.
How long
Because-
does that last?
A minute.
I am taking out my rope and wrapping his ankles.
What's the cliff approaching us like?
I don't think the cliff is approaching us.
Okay, I thought it was like slowly moving towards us. Okay, never mind.
Kind of when the earth rumbled, you gather that like there apparently was a cliff because the tree had said something regarding the cliff moving. So there was a cliff, but apparently a part just sheared off of it closer to you. So
Okay.
it has moved
Gotten
closer
a
to you.
stupid amount of use from that spell. Like person.
It's a convenient thing to have.
So I am tying his feet and his hands with two ends of the rope. The other end of the rope I'm tying in a big knot.
Perception check.
He has no hands.
That's 6, right? So 11.
I mean, you're actively tying his hands, so I'm gonna give that to you. It's above a 10. You notice this. As you're binding his hands, you can see he has these like chains around his hands. They look like shackles, and they have like runes written around them that are glowing currently.
That were not dispelled by Dispel Magic?
Dispel magic only does one thing.
Yeah. So no.
Okay. So I'm wrapping underneath those then, and then I'm tying a big knot right in the middle to take up my slack, and then I'm putting the middle, that knot over top my shoulder, and we're walking back to the party.
So you're wearing him like a purse.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay then. I'm gonna go ahead and flip back over to the other page, because now you have a backpack of dude.
Purse.
Purse of dude.
Man bag. It's a man bag.
Yeah,
Never
that's
do
too
that
small for me
again.
to figure out over there. I was trying. I
It
just
is
can't
a
see
bag
well.
of man.
Bag of man, bag of man.
That's whatever a bag of man does.
Screams and tries to get away.
I mean, give him a minute. He's stunned and paralyzed.
Alright. So yes, you have a purse of man.
Ew.
Gives a whole new definition to
flesh.
the very different definition to the term man bag.
How do goblins know what, or how do orcs know what a menu is?
Oh, I smell a terrible joke.
Meat's back on the menu.
You know? I never thought about that, Keith.
Hey, I'm just throwing this out there. It was never stated what level of civilization Mordor was at, okay?
Yeah.
For all we know, they had shopping malls and restaurants. For all we know, it was a thriving civilization.
5-star restaurants.
Yes, you don't know. Don't judge.
All with elf meat.
The best kept secret in Middle Earth.
This is my favorite restaurant in Mordor.
It's also the only restaurant in Mordor.
Hey, take what you can get.
Anyway,
You're continuing forward, and your triad companion tells you that the cliff is as far as he can go, and the underground woods are what lies below. So, if you didn't have a bag o' man right now, it would seem like you had some kind of a climb ahead of you, or rappel, as the case may be.
Yes.
An anti-climb.
Oh, right. I relay the information to the group.
I like that you just expect him to do all of that. You're just like, meh.
That's his job.
Okay, so as soon
I have a 9 in charisma.
So do I.
So do I.
Go over and how far down is it?
It's pretty far down. It's about like 1,000-foot drop.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
It's not one you're gonna want to just like
Yeah,
I can't
jump off.
I can't soak that.
I've got that. Of course, I can only do 5 of us, so we're gonna have to decide what to do with our friend here.
I mean,
Well-
I can just hold him.
We don't know if he is our friend yet.
Yeah. As soon as he wakes up.
I mean, he's never been asleep, has he?
No,
No.
it's just been
He's
Stunned and paralyzed.
Stunned. The stunned is the bigger
he's
part
hearing
there.
this.
So who are you?
My name is Melbane.
Hello.
That's a good name.
Melvin.
I'm also I'm supporting his back as well, so he's not just like hanging by hands and feet, because that would hurt.
Yeah. I am the chief manservant to the goddess.
Which, man, everyone says like God, goddess. Which one? Please be specific.
The goddess of the lands.
Okay, copy.
The goddess. He just
I
looks
don't
at you
think
very
he's- I don't think he's
confused.
left here.
Well,
The
also,
singular.
well, no, because there's been reference to a male, masculine god while we've been here as well. In addition to whatever it is that the Dream King is. So. Alright.
Can you put him down?
Yeah. I'll try to be nice about it.
He
Melbane.
looks at all of you. Do you intend on dispatching me then?
I've seen you before.
I've seen you.
Why were you in that dream?
He kind of looks at you smugly. Couldn't be my dashing good looks.
Don't be crude, son.
Oh, was it one of those kind of dreams?
Would
You'll
you
have
say
to
this?
ask.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Oh.
I'm bored.
But if you're not going to dispatch me, might
You
you,
make a
consider
wonderful
untying
purse.
me? Many thanks.
You're welcome. By the way, that was a good trick, throwing my balance like that.
You were moving towards me. It didn't take very much to redirect that.
No, it was just a good trick, and it's a genuine compliment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm afraid that I have business to attend to, and if it's not your intent to end me here, then I should probably be getting to that, or else I should probably be getting to that.
You haven't answered my question.
I was trying to warn you off. But my communications in dreams are limited.
What did I need warned of? You're here now. You don't have to limit yourself.
I'll go ahead and start untying his feet, but making sure that I still have a good hold on the rope.
What is happening here is, and you can kind of see like him wincing in pain.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Oh, everything. He is just like rainbow. What's that?
What kinds?
So he's got quite a bit of varying kinds, like he himself has.
It hurts your eyes.
Yes, it is blinding. You can tell that he is well seasoned in many things. There is lots of pepper. But the shackles on his wrists would be. I'm trying to think of my different kinds of magic here.
Conjuration.
Like you were singing like a
Enchantment.
children's
He is
song.
trapped and controlled. I'll put it that way.
So enchantment and
Maybe.
abjuration.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
Abjuration and enchantment.
Yeah.
I'm using that on the shackles.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I could just
Gotcha.
identify, but it's fine.
So, this specific item doesn't seem to have that much information about it, but the runes,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that this is very powerful, something the likes of which you have never actually seen here before, except where Delirium herself has created something.
Mhm.
This is higher power than any of the other beings in the Neverworld.
Do I think I can undo it?
You're not sure. You think that it probably requires more than what you have, but you're not sure.
Okay.
Like, dispel magic is probably not going to be beefy enough for it.
Okay.
Was that legend lore or identify?
Legend lore.
It's a cool spell.
The runes that you saw would have been consistent with, like, they are variations of things you have seen before, but it's almost like what you have seen before to, like, give long-standing punishment to people. It is not a kind runic marking. So, he is trying his best to convey to both of you the powers that are controlling this place right now. They are not something you are prepared for. This place is not safe for you.
Well, that's a given.
I have been forced to turn, and you can kind of see, like, this surge kind of come through the shackles into his body, and his, like, veins in his neck kind of pop out. He is kind of, like, writhing in pain a bit. And he kind of looks to you. I am not in control of my own actions. I am required to do what is asked. I have no options. Have you untied his hands or just his feet?
Not that.
Okay.
Is the goddess the one asking?
I've not been able to actually see her for weeks. She's the one who controls me, but I don't know who controls her. And as he says this, like, he lurches forward hard, and it's almost like somebody just kicked him to the ground.
Can you help that? At least give him some aid.
I mean, like lay on hands? I don't know how that's gonna do anything, but
I mean, it might repair some damage that's done.
I'll dump 10 hit points in, just see if it helps.
Where he had, like, began to bleed through his nose and mouth after he just biffed it into the ground, he lifts up, and you can kind of see that almost rewinding.
Suck back.
Yeah.
Gross.
He looks to you. My thanks. But I must go now.
I have a technical question.
I might have a technical answer, but probably not.
If I were to animate object the manacles and command them to open up and walk away, would that work?
Just for the idea.
Yeah, damn.
Good thinking.
As I turn it into a sentient being?
Okay, is that usually a roll thing?
Nope. Objects
Okay.
come to life at your command. Choose up to 10
question-
non-magical.
the
Oh,
question
non-magical.
would be if
Never mind.
Non-magical.
Non-magical.
Well,
Nah.
it was a good idea.
It was
Yeah.
a good idea. I was, even if it wasn't necessarily supposed to be used that way, I was gonna allow a roll for it, kind of a thing. And if you hit a high enough roll, I would have allowed
So-
that. But
based on legend lore, what I know are these manacles like the key holding him locked, or are these just like a manifestation of it? Like, would removing or destroying the manacles destroy the spell?
based on the legend lore, you do not think so. You think that they are a manifestation of what has happened. There was something else I was going to tell you with that inquiry that I have lost. That is a really cool idea, Braden.
One of my
I
favorites
kind
as
of
well.
love
Super
that.
great idea.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Would this count as a curse?
Not really.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I figured I'd ask.
Now, if we hit it with remove curse and dispel magic at the same time,
And I punch it.
and I punch it.
Okay,
What if
Danny.
we overload the
Those
system?
things.
I'm not going to tell anyone in the
Taskmaster.
party I'm doing this, but I'm going to say this for the players so that everyone can see the roll out in the open.
Okay.
So as a cleric, I have an ability called Divine Intervention. If I roll a percentage equal to or lower than my level, a deity intervenes. Could I use that if I rolled low enough to bust those manacles and whatever spell it is?
Here, I'll pull
It
up
literally
mine.
is just like a deity intervenes the way you ask
Oh, okay.
them to.
What percentage?
I'd have to roll 11% or lower,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
and I can only use it once
per week.
after a long rest or 7 days after the intervention happens.
So if it works,
it
You
it's
know
always-
what? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
I've never seen this work.
Yeah, I mean it's a super long shot, but like when's the next time I'm gonna use it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, 71. But that's I wanted everyone to be able to see.
That's also a really good idea. There's lots of those floating around. He writhes as he kind of senses you guys trying to do what you can. He has this face like temporary encouragement for just a moment, and then something will kind of like misfire and fizzle, and his face will kind of fall back into its usually, crestfallen self.
How long have you been punished?
10,000 years.
I've served her for as long as I can remember, but these happened. Well, I guess he's gesturing from behind his back. These.
No, they're in front of him.
Oh, okay, they're in front of him. These have been for about 2 moons. So, like 2 moon cycles.
2 months.
Yeah.
I understand that you are limited in what you can do and say. But why are you trying to help us?
Because I know what this place is supposed to be. As you might, to an extent. Actually, roll me. I'm gonna say you don't even need to roll this. Like, the longer you are around him, he strikes you as familiar. You haven't had massive dealings with him, but on the brief occasion that you have like witnessed like,
Guildmaster.
the goddess come through, the actual delirium come through, as you watch, as you have kind of been around him,
Mhm.
you realize that he was with her, but it was much like he's hardly recognizable now because he's just so beaten down. And he used to be like very faithful to her as a servant because not because she was forcing him into servitude, but because he believed very much so in her visions. So this has been a long running thing where I can't seem to be able to protect the lands anymore. I hoped that perhaps I could protect a few of the people who are not chained to it. As he says this, he kind of winces again and his veins pop out. Like you can tell every time he says anything that is at all against what is happening, he is being essentially electrocuted. It's not a pretty thing. And as he says this, let's see. Yeah. You begin to notice that your rope begins to burn on his hands. And as it burns off of his hands, he just kind of shakes his head. I have to leave now.
I am going to pick up my staff and
Hit him.
hit him on the head with it, leaving a brand of the symbol of my gate on his forehead. Roll a wisdom save.
That's cool. Oh my gosh. That was that one.
Okay.
He's got a high wisdom, but it don't matter.
So, at the start of each of his turns, he has to make a wisdom save, and if he fails, he spends the next 6 seconds doing nothing for the next 8 hours. He has to do that constantly.
Okay, say that all again.
Every 6 seconds, because it's every round,
Yeah.
he has to make a wisdom save. If he fails it, he spends that round doing nothing.
Okay.
I have bestowed a curse on him, so he has 8 hours of potentially not being able to get very far.
That is interesting. Okay. Okay. Fascinating. So now you have an incapacitated spellcaster in goddess shackles hanging out for 6 seconds.
Good luck and Godspeed. Shall we?
Yep.
So moving forward?
What's the plan to get down?
We're stepping off the edge.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the plan, is to fall? Okay.
No, please explain this.
Okay,
I'm
Janice.
shutting
No,
up.
if he says fall, I am jumping off the cliff.
I am jumping with you.
Jumping.
Oh my gosh.
They're
I'm-
such idiots.
I am going for this.
You might wanna hurry.
Hasn't anybody told you that you shouldn't jump off cliffs just because the people you're with are doing it? My goodness. The heck, man. The heck. That's amazing.
Emmeline jumped too.
Wait, did you jump?
Yeah.
I jump.
You guys are hilarious. Alright. Let me adjust a few things here. Okay, so what you doing with this now?
Falling, doing a calculation, sorry, we're falling with 1,000 feet times 3, 2, 1, feather fall.
So-
About
You say this
100
out
feet from
loud?
I hope
Okay.
so.
Yes.
3,
2, 1, click, and feather fall.
Ooh, the whiplash. The whiplash.
Yep. Everybody roll me a con save for that one, because that's a pretty nice time at terminal velocity there for a minute.
11.
7,
19.
Natural 20.
21.
Would you say this is against magic?
No, this is against the forces of gravity.
Yeah, this is definitely more a gravitational
Yeah.
thing.
Well, then that's an 8.
So everybody who scored below a 10, you are going to throw up violently in the air upon that nice.
I don't eat.
Fair enough. You leak oil.
I still make it. I know. I got an 11. So.
Oh, okay, you're good. You're
There's a
good.
couple springs and screws.
No, come back. I need you.
Oh my gosh. So yeah.
Oh, but
is
you
it
jumped
affected
last.
by Featherfall? Oh yeah.
Oh.
Is the puke affected by
And
Featherfall?
I hope the puke is affected by Featherfall, so it just keeps going at the same rate.
Is it an area effect, or do you choose who it is?
It's the creatures.
It's creatures.
Well then, like, this is no longer in my person. I don't think it's affected by feather.
You tell us, Danny. Is it or is it not?
If he chose the people specifically, I don't think that it is, but I kind of want it to be just because that would be really
Just for
great.
thematics, I have an umbrella.
I can imagine that's like, as you were falling, you're like 3,
Two,
2, 1.
one, click.
Yep. Yep.
Frickin' Mary Poppins.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm Mary Poppins, yo!
Practically perfect.
In
So,
every way.
yes, you managed to land in a strangely splattered pool of vomit, albeit, but you do manage to land successfully without any harm taken or anything to that effect. Well done, Braden.
Yep.
The cat lands on her feet.
If you don't have Featherfall, you're missing out.
It's a good spell. It's a
It
real
is.
good spell. I'm a fan.
Henry,
Yes.
next time warn me.
I did say jump.
he did.
He did say we were jumping.
There's that charisma coming out.
From all three of us,
It's the most
And I'm the one doing all the talking.
I mean, they wouldn't be doing any better.
I've got a 10.
Wow.
I have 17.
Why are you not the leader?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's funny.
So at the bottom, you begin to feel the earth churn again.
Uh-oh, back up.
In the distance, you can kind of see that there is the river that began to run in obsidian sand. There is a branch of that. As things churn, however, the earth takes slightly different shape and creates a bit of a waterfall there on the edge of obsidian sand, and then it begins to change into something different. What you see is this obsidian sand, which is actually arguably rather pretty, turning into this disgusting black ichor running through the riverbed. It's running about 60 feet across.
Black gold.
Let me actually make sure I measured
Texas
that right.
tea.
Ew.
That's amazing. Where's my measurement tool? There we go. Oh, I lied. It's about 100 feet across.
100 this time?
So there's about 100 feet across, and as you begin to see this black ichor run through, you can see tentacles kind of sweeping around it, and a stone bridge begins to form out of the ground with 6. They kind of resemble gargoyles, but not quite. They look kind of like if you crossed a gargoyle with Humpty Dumpty. They look almost like miniature versions of Tweedles, but a little bit more impressionistic.
Humpty Tweedle sat on a wall.
This is not actually a direct reference to Humpty Dumpty. It's just
Right.
the best description I could come up with.
So wait, how are we seeing this though? Isn't this a ways to the east? Is that following that same riverbed?
This is going to be, let's see.
No, I think this is like in front of us.
Yeah.
Like in
Things
our way.
have been redirected.
So imagine
like, as
where
the
the
earth has
underground
been
woods,
shifting.
where it is, that is where it is.
Yeah, like
Okay.
kind
We're
of the
further.
division.
We're further south.
So sort of like this division through where the underground woods and the like everything has been kind of diverted.
Okay.
Where there haven't been rivers before, things have changed and shifted. And so now there is a direct cut in the earth where this is flowing that there was not one before.
Got it.
So, if you care to, things are going to be changing here and there throughout this because the geography is actively changing. So, if you need to, I can print you out a map that you can be altering as you go, for next time. So, at the opposite side of the bridge, you see Melbane appear, kind of popping out of where he was and popping back in, down on the other side of the bridge. You can see that he does not look like he is the person controlling the engine of his body right now, and is casting all of these things that are actively turning the world around you. You
Across
get
the
the
bridge.
impression he's actually super powerful, and it might be. I'll let you roll an insight if you want to.
Sure.
Why not?
13.
I'll spend one.
19.
12.
19.
1,000 here, guys.
You wouldn't. You two kind of put two and two together. You guys are impressed that he's this powerful and you didn't know it before, but you two put two and two together pretty quickly to know that you caught him because he wanted to be caught and he hoped that he could be caught.
Is my curse still affecting him?
Wisdom save.
Let's find out. And this, like, he has to.
Every 6 seconds, he has to make a wisdom save. If he fails it for the next 6 seconds, he does nothing.
But once he succeeds, does that break it? No.
No,
Okay.
no,
just
it's-
8 hours.
I cast it at 5th level so that it would last 8 hours.
It's a
Okay.
save or suck spell.
So he is in the midst of casting right now. He stops.
Across the
'Cause-
bridge.
Can you do it in 6
Yeah,
seconds?
because
No.
the gargoyles totally aren't going to come to life, but sure.
I can teleport us all across. It'll take a minute or two.
Dude! That's awesome.
What?
By all means.
Oh, when,
You're just telling us this. Ow!
Yes.
Go ahead.
I love Henry so much.
Well, I just
He's so delightfully awkward.
You're just not very good at one-word instructions. Jump, walk, open.
Fall, die,
No one
crash,
said
burn.
die. No one said crash.
Or burn.
I feel like we might have at some point said burn. There was
Okay.
a fire
I don't think we
in
said-
the town.
I don't think we said burn, though.
I think it might have said burned bodies.
Fair enough.
Okay.
by the door.
Shoot, hold on. Sorry, I've got so many spells.
Oh, a problem to.
So normally that curse lasts for a minute, and at 4th level it's 10 minutes. 5th level it's 8 hours,
That's awesome.
and at 6th level it's like 24 hours.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, if you
Oh,
pass
why
your
did I do
save, it's
scatter?
not that bad, and there's different effects. They're not all.
There's a
This
variety of things you can do. I think this one's the most interesting, though.
Well, and it could cause the most damage, potentially.
Mess up someone's day.
I'm going to do nothing.
Yep. That.
4,
2, 1, go.
1. I'm going to.
So what you got?
Who wants to go first?
Me.
I will dimension Doris to the other side.
Oh, is that how we're doing this?
Yeah. I'm not going
I'm
across
just
that
gonna
bridge.
start walking across the bridge.
Oh dear. Okay. So, so
Yep.
let's see.
Don't thank me yet.
So you've got. Oh wait, sorry. Here. Do that thing.
Do the thing.
Oh, Good.
Yay!
God.
Alright. So, Emmy. Well, let me move them first, I suppose. Oh gosh, that's backwards.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
not
read that
helpful.
part. Read the last sentence.
Okay.
Of which one? This one?
So,
So Henry and Claudius are at the other end.
Read
yes.
the bottom sentence of at higher levels.
Henry. Oh, wait, it helps if I. Come on.
You don't have to.
I don't have to concentrate on it. That's super handy.
I forget how crazy spellcasters are as you get higher level.
Yeah, I didn't read that far,
Oh.
but it says if you cast it at 5th level or higher, it
Wait,
doesn't require
no, we are
concentration.
not on the bridge.
No, I'm having to scroll. You're fine. So you are.
Perfect.
Okay, there. You are
Whatever
there.
it is, he dresses
Along with
up.
Claudius.
Claudius. You are also going to be there. What?
I guess we're dealing with the
We're doing
conjurer.
it anyway.
I mean,
Don't worry, we'll tag team him. I'll keep counterspelling him, and you keep hitting him.
Well, I don't know that he's our biggest problem right now. I think the gargoyles will be the only things actively, directly attacking us.
Emmeline.
I don't know. We'll see.
So you are
Yeah.
casually walking across the bridge.
Yes. Yes, I am.
man, like,
The green gargoyle gets up off of its bizarre
Oh,
little
it moves.
haunches.
Surprise!
Yep.
Shocker, right? Blech.
First, the first thing that needs to happen is if it is intending on attacking me
Mhm.
in any way, it needs to make a wisdom
which
saving throw.
I'm sure it is.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
My sanctuary.
It fails, it cannot attack me.
It can attack someone
It
else.
can attack someone else, but it cannot attack me.
It cannot attack anyone else right now.
Do these seem like natural creatures, or do these seem magical? Like
Magical.
I mean,
Okay.
They are constructs that have been created by magic.
Okay.
So magical.
I'm gonna try something interesting.
And
then.
so I will continue to walk.
I'm gonna go up behind Emmeline.
Okay.
and they will immediately attack you instead.
If that's fine.
He seems strangely comfortable with this. Oh my gosh. Come on now.
If
Sorry,
this
I'm having-
works, it'll be great.
Are you trying to do
I have a
more?
schizophrenic zoom. Okay, there we go.
Oh!
So you are strolling up behind Emmeline. Oh, so no, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Okay, so it then
Yeah, I reach out and hit it with my rod, and I dispel it. I don't know if that works, but that's what I'm doing.
huh?
Yep.
Would that work?
That's your call.
So typically, if it's above like what, a 3rd level, there's a roll involved.
Hmm. If the magic enchanting it is like above a 3rd
Okay.
level, then I would have to make a roll to try
I
and
almost said
defeat it.
that was how I wanted to do that anyway, and I couldn't decide like the physics of how it is
according
enchanted.
to the
how that
spell,
works.
the DC is 10 plus the spell level that's running it.
Roll it.
That's a 22.
Yeah, that is broken. I am going to say because of how this is working physically, that it has a time duration that
Sure.
can stay gone. So,
Sure.
You need to roll initiative.
not
Oh, he's not fighting.
Just
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Yet.
Yeah.
yeah, not yet. You should probably have your initiative roll ready.
So every time one of them comes up to try and hit me, I'm just gonna.
So
that's good.
roll another one because the
Oh,
pink one is
that's
also
not
going
as
to come after
well.
one of you.
And
Okay.
again, it will need to, if it's coming after me first, it needs to make that wisdom save.
And it's an 18.
Okay, so you're both fine. So those
See,
are
Claudius,
dispelled.
You're good. We're behind enemy lines.
Are you continuing forward? I
I'm
Where
assume?
you need to
Forward.
be. Imagine trying to
Why
cross
Steven's rolling so well.
I believe it.
You know?
It's because I put them in there before we.
All right. Purple's gonna come after you. Blue's gonna come after you.
So blue needs to make the wisdom save,
Jeez. Nope.
and it's gonna ignore me.
18 to dispel it.
18. Yep. So purple is now dispelled. Blue is going to then turn to come after you because it doesn't realize that she's there. Apparently.
I should ask, is the spell that's animating it 4th level?
It is higher than that.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just now using 4th level spell slots to run this, so.
Gotcha.
19 again.
19 again. Okay. So,
And we're gonna continue.
Elaine, are you following along behind?
I kind of just stand there for a second.
You're like, what is
So
happening?
they're running at you, and they're like,
I
"Ha!"
will
And I'm just like,
I will dimension door next to it.
Okay. Oh, nat 20 out of our spellcaster friend.
no, he can do things for another round.
So Henry is gonna come back. You're not actually on the bridge. Don't panic.
I wasn't
Yeah.
Panicking or on the bridge?
Either.
either.
These both are true. Okay.
No, two things cannot be true.
We established this.
Only if you're a Tweedle. Alright.
2 things can't be true at once? No.
I never thought of it like that. Okay, so somebody was doing something.
Henry dimension door.
You dimension
next to
door.
me.
There was something else happening. Oh, my guy can actually do a thing now. Maybe. Except I don't have the book with me.
I'm gonna have to remember that Bestow Curse doesn't require concentration at 5th level. It's gonna become one of my go-tos.
What you looking
What you looking for?
Monster Manual Player's Handbook.
Oh, Xanathars.
Oh, Xanthars.
I want to say that there's a spell that
This is the most, in my mind, this is the most ridiculous battle I think I've ever seen.
Just walking across a bridge. I don't know what the big fuss is about.
Right.
I'm like not even hitting him hard.
Yep, that one. So he kind of winds his hands in the air, and you kind of see this
I'm not
pleading
60
look
feet.
on his face that is very, very apologetic. Because you can tell he is not the one.
I'm so
doing
sorry,
this.
Meteor Swarm.
All of you.
All
Yep,
Wait.
it's a 90-foot radius.
Cool.
90-foot radius.
Let me make sure that this is an everybody area effect.
And the gargoyles, right?
I mean,
Doubtful.
90 foot.
Like I said, maybe he's casting Meteor Swarm. Like, I have no
yeah,
idea.
10 creatures of your choice. So intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
Ooh.
Is this
lovely.
against magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Lovely.
Oh, the d6.
22.
23.
21.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're still gonna end up taking half.
What spell is this?
Something
3.
disastrous.
Oh, Keith, I'm sorry.
I don't want to roll for Steven, but I'm afraid to touch
Don't.
his dice. Okay, but his little things have been helping. He's actually been rolling really well today.
That's fair. That's
So I don't
fair.
want to touch it.
You know, I didn't want to have to kill this guy.
I didn't either.
But...
But we can just. I don't want to kill him. Elaine thinks he's cute.
Intelligence saving throw.
For me?
Yeah, for everyone.
Everyone,
Well,
apparently.
to quote Danny, for 10 creatures of the spellcaster's choice.
Within 90 feet.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, he does.
Why are you still rolling that one?
Because I'm not superstitious about dice.
That's a lot.
How are you not superstitious about
That's
dice?
a fair question.
You're the one that likes to have his
It's because
party
you
with
said
Will
those
Wheatons.
things.
That was 4 threes. Or 3 threes, rather.
3 3s.
That's okay. I rolled a 3 as well.
Yeah.
So
So
So that's 6.
he lifts his hands, and you can see just his face twisted in pain as he's trying to fight what it is he's actively doing. And as he twists his hand, you all hear this blood-curdling scream inside your heads echoing through. You, those of you who failed your save are going to take 41 points of psychic damage.
Okay, yeah.
Who saved?
No, who
Who
didn't?
did not.
41. Oh, so we take 20?
Okay.
Thank the mage.
Kid gloves coming off. That's unfortunate. I didn't want to have to kill this man.
Yeah, I didn't
But,
initiative.
Well, we can not kill him. We could just knock him
Knock him
unconscious.
Yeah, that's not gonna occur to any.
what I'm gonna do isn't going to.
Okay.
Initiative?
Initiative.
Initiative.
23.
You still gotta get past the
And
two
he just
gargoyles.
failed his next wisdom save. Okay, so let me...
I mean, I could one-shot him, but
I mean, it'd be good to just knock him unconscious if we can, but
we'll see.
He's on our side. He just.
Trying
Okay,
to be.
actually, we might be able to do this really easy. Read.
Let me... Okay, I have to remember how to do this.
It's
Mm-hmm.
The GM thing? Like, how...
Mhm.
Where do I know?
I think it's the one that looks like a clock.
A clock?
Mm-hmm.
A clock.
But read
Ah,
what...
yes.
Read...
But specifically
Okay.
this.
So... Wow, how did...
But so
How did
potentially
Claudius
I
get
could drop him to
124?
1
Because it was a natural 20.
for a while.
Oh, that's right, that's
Because
right.
that'll be
With
his
what?
maximum.
Yeah,
Okay.
it reduces his max
Read.
hit points by the
Oh.
initiative thing.
Who do we have? Claudius? What's
17.
17?
Depending on if you get him that low.
Did you get?
I
And
mean,
he's 23.
it's a lot of damage.
23?
It's an average of 120.
Elaine?
16.
16? Oh, wait. 23. 16. There we go. Henry?
18.
18. Janus?
19.
19.
17, 16, 17, 18, 19.
And
And then 23.
And then 23. Yeah. I had to break the pattern. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
No, I'm not.
That's not a bad way to break the pattern.
add.
He don't love us.
Melbane. Sorry, I'm all kinds of cluttered here. Melbane.
That name.
I like how up to this point we've been like, oh, like you're gonna be inconvenient, but like we don't want to hurt you. And all of a sudden we're like,
Gloves coming off.
that hurt.
Well, if I can get next to him, we'll be
Jeez.
fine.
Thankfully you can't roll to save his life, possibly literally. Oh, I liked this guy too.
You know what? I don't feel bad for you.
That's
you
fair.
made him do this,
Did-
Danny.
I did.
You
are
made
the
him.
goddess.
Only kinda. Just acting out the story. Okay.
Why kill him?
So yeah, we are. Oh, order. We need order.
In the court.
And there we go. So Emmeline comes up first.
Emmeline comes up first. Well,
There's two gargoyles.
I'm going to close with Melbane.
Okay.
And I'm going to start wailing away on this dude because... Huh?
I think he spent this round doing nothing, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
can't
do
he
it.
did. However, the gargoyles now know that he's there because he's within their distance. She rather. And one of them just made their save to come and get you.
What did it roll?
It rolled an 18.
Okay.
So this guy, roll me a strength save, grapple check.
19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. Can it be acrobatics to avoid it?
I'll allow it. Might be a little higher that way.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
14.
No. So it is going to pick you up. So you are with it now.
So did it roll a higher initiative?
I assume they hold their actions until they see something.
Yeah, that is how they have generally worked. Now they will fall into initiative orders once they come on the scene.
Brayden, since you're within 10 feet of me,
Okay then.
you get a +3 to
Well,
saving throws.
Is that good initiative?
Is it plus
No.
3 or plus 4? I thought you read it plus
okay
4.
then.
It's because it's
Based on her charisma, so it's a
my
plus
charisma
3.
modifier.
I was
yeah,
a plus 4.
3.
Okay.
Sarah was a plus 4 rather.
Gargoyle 1. Mm-hmm.
So wait, you're over on the other side of the bridge.
Yep. Currently by myself.
It'll be fine.
Just hanging out.
It's okay. I'll be
Henry and
over
I
there
are
on my
standing
turn.
there like,
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, you'll be there before too long. What'd you roll for your initiative?
Any other
8,
actions you'd
17,
like to
16,
take?
8.
Well, I'm trying to decide how to
Oh,
do
wow.
this because I'm grappled.
If I may suggest, you may use your bonus action to step off the wind to disengage. Oh, actually, your grappling isn't.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's the only thing.
I mean, you might be able
It's-
to hit him to stun him and then...
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
If these things can be stunned.
I will. Actually, I'm just gonna go to town on the gargoyle that's got me all I can do at this point. I mean, the option is to either try and break the grapple and not have like
An action or...
all of my
Stuff go away.
stuff, or actually, you know what? No, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Did he? Oh, crap. Did the wizard make the wisdom saving throw to target me with his spell?
That's not how that spell works.
I believe it's
that is.
Sanctuary is.
I believe
His
it's
effect
only
that
a
is
my
how it works.
effect.
Anytime anyone tries to target him, it's a wisdom
My
save.
effect.
Okay.
I mean, not that it makes a huge difference at this point. I should have thought of it.
Actually, he did.
So yeah,
So-
okay.
That would have been like 25. For future reference, though, how high does it need to be?
It needs to be to 16.
Okay.
To this point, I still haven't attacked anything. When I attack, that effect goes away.
I mean, you could.
Now, does that apply to all of you guys or just to you?
No,
Just
just
to
to me. Just to me, because I'm a monk.
I've never played a monk before.
You
sorry.
could use patient defense, and then try and move past him and take the attacks of opportunity. Can't you?
I'm grappled. That is the problem.
Yeah, so it's like an action to break the grapple.
It's an action to break the grapple, or I can make the attack and hope that I stun him and can get loose.
And as a side note, as
Honestly, I
soon
think
as
you're
you
better off
attack,
right
your
now.
sanctuary goes away.
Yeah, I
too.
think
Yeah.
you're better off not attacking yet.
Yeah, so I'm actually just gonna try and. I think I'm just actually gonna try and slip the grapple again
Okay.
using acrobatics.
Okay.
Step of the Wind gives you advantage on Dex something. I don't know if it's checks or saves.
I think.
that might be worth looking up.
No, I can either dash or disengage, and my jump distance doubles.
But it is the dodge
yeah.
action, and the dodge action
It's
gives
either
you
dash or disengage.
what?
Just like
Patient defense.
Oh, patient defense.
just take the dodge action as
I
a
can
bonus
take the
action.
dodge action.
Yeah, but that gives you bonus. It gives you advantage on dex something. I don't remember if it's saves.
Which one?
Dodge.
Dodge. The dodge action. It's either saves or dex checks.
If it's dex checks, it will help you if you dodge and then you use your action. So
And I want to say it's checks because it rarely comes up, and dex saves come up a lot.
That is true.
Give me a second. Convoluted. Oh, here we go. The dodge action. Until the start of your next turn, any attack roll made against you has disadvantage, and you make dexterity saving throws with advantage.
Saving throws.
Save.
Okay.
So yeah, that doesn't.
So it
really
won't matter.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try and slip the grapple using my acrobatics again.
Okay.
that's better.
21.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
I kind of am. Like, you notice I always cheer you guys on. I want you to do well, but the dice have actually been kind to me today.
Okay, well,
Mostly.
that, so that was my action. Can't take the flurry of blows.
I would recommend taking patient defense.
I am going to take patient defense.
And it does what now?
Any attack against
disadvantage
him
on
is
any
advantage.
attacks against him, and he has advantage on dex saves.
Good deal, good deal. Alright, so that brings us to you.
How far away is the Melbourne, whatever his name is?
He's pretty easily within most of your spell ranges, I would
How
think.
far is he?
So you are 30 feet.
Oh, great. So Janice turns into a whirling cloud of iron shrapnel, and I want to move up behind Melbane. Let's see.
Your spells are so cool. I like the way
This
you
is not a
season
spell. This is my face step.
them. Oh, so you're going to be behind him.
And he takes no damage. Oh, wait, no. He takes 4 points of damage from my face step.
Okay.
The face step abilities are also cool.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one though is for the
Alright. And that's all for this round?
No,
No,
he
what
needs
you
to
got?
make a Constitution saving throw.
16?
Nope.
Okay, what's...
So I'm going to reach out and stab my rod of iron into him, and as it enters him, you can see rust moving through his veins as the iron in his blood begins to oxidize.
Oh.
This deals 59 points of necrotic damage. He cannot heal it back for the next hour.
Okay.
He is permanently down those 59 points of damage.
Shadowkai.
There's this really cool. So I didn't get to use it, but one of the effects on the Eladrin is you can pick 2 creatures within 30 feet when you teleport. They have to make a wisdom save or they're charmed.
So, as you force your rod into him, you see him...
Tell me more about how I forced my rod into him, Danny.
Was it so
Regale me with
Oh, that's just... Oh, dang it.
Sorry, I really hard to hold that one in.
Had you not done that, at some point I would have realized what I had just said. And then it would have been just a delayed response that was very similar. Yes.
Try not to lose it when you were talking.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to even attempt to say that again. You end up, like, with this oxidized stuff kind of running through his veins. He comes down to his knees, but he's still, like... He's still doing the casting thing and all of that. He's stuck in this position from not being able to move before. and it's still like within that turn that he is paralyzed for. So, or non-functional for. However
Yeah,
you
he's
wanna
not
say
paralyzed. He's just
Not doing
he
anything.
spends his turn doing
that.
nothing.
Nothing. So he's dropped to his knees, but he still looks pretty steely in spite of it. But he definitely is feeling the pain. Brings us to Henry. Henry the Eighth.
Hungry.
Okay.
Shut up, Nova.
Ready?
Yes.
I'll cast Thunderstep and we'll be right next to old Janice.
Old Janice. You're now old Janice.
I don't know how old he is.
That's
None of us do.
a fair point, actually.
So you pop in.
So
Just
where?
behind
Wait,
him.
it is important. Where is?
I'm
Roll
Elaine?
4d10.
You said right by Janice,
Yeah.
right? So Elaine is right behind him.
Okay, thank you.
And then I will just use my movement to be right by Claudius. Just so I'm back a bit.
Here?
On the bottom side of Claudius.
Here?
To the south.
Mobetta?
No, the south of Claudius.
Oh. Okay, what direction are we considering north?
Top.
The top
Up.
of the screen.
Okay.
Like how normal people.
In my brain,
Take north, south, east, and
this
west.
is not actually north.
There,
Okay.
right there.
That's right, because we're crossing it to the
To the-
west.
yeah, like
right?
you're
To
going.
the south.
Or south.
Yeah, you're going southward. Okay, so that brings us to Claudius.
I'm going to attempt non-lethal damage.
Okay.
However, I am stepping to. Now, if it looks like immediately in front of him is the bridge, is that the case?
He is on the bridge. Like you guys are, yeah. This is the end of the bridge where he is standing, so you guys are kind of at the mouth of the bridge, if you
Okay,
will.
because I do not want to get in front of him then and deal with the gargoyles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step to his left side.
Okay, so you are coming over to his left. Like, hurrah?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a couple of things here. My first attack, I am going to. Where did it go? Oh, I'm going to reposition.
Okay.
So I'm going to call for Janice to step to his other side.
And I will do that thing.
So,
I move across to flank.
okay.
Yeah, so my first one will not be flanked. Ooh, that's probably not going to hit. I'm assuming that a 14 does not hit.
No.
So that is my first attack. My second one, I am going to do a trip and try to put him on the ground. Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And I reroll that because it's a 2. So that is going to be 11 plus 5 is 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then for my third attack, I am going to. Is he holding anything or is he just doing magic-y things?
Just doing magic-y things.
Okay.
But what I'll do with him very soon. He will not survive.
Oh, and that was tripping attack, so he will need to make a strength save.
Well, thankfully he's not very strong.
Four.
So
Except
unless he
for casualty.
rolls real high, he's...
Well,
That's a 10.
Okay, so he is also on the ground. Then I'm going to do my third attack as a taunting attack. Does a 28 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Come back. That will be 19 plus 5 is 24 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm going to bonus action attack with the butt of my glaive. A 27.
Yes.
Okay. That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm going to action surge and make 3 more attacks. Actually, I'm just going to roll these all at once. And one of them... Oh, sorry. With the taunting attack, he'll need to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Sorry. Fighters can sometimes take a really long time.
And that was a low roll, so he actually takes that.
Okay, so he will have disadvantage to attack anyone but myself.
Okay. My goodness.
Oh, he's not done.
Oh no.
Nope, I've got 3 more.
You have advantage, he's on the ground.
That's true. Dang it. So the first one is going to be 17 to hit.
17
Poor
will...
Milbane.
Actually, 17 will not hit.
Okay.
You are just shy.
Actually, for that, I'm going to go ahead and use a precise strike.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to make that a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. And reroll.
Yeah.
I feel that.
11 points of damage.
Okay.
That's why for my 14d6 I just used a thing on my phone, because I'm not mapping that out.
24.
Yep.
Okay. That is another 11. And my last attack
Laying him down.
is going to be a 19.
Yep.
Assuming I get to do anything.
And that is a 8 points of damage.
He's squishy, but he has a lot of hit points, so you probably will.
That's it.
Alright. Yes, now to Elaine.
Okay. So, I'm using Legendary Strike, which means that I get a crit on a 19 or a 20 for 1 minute. I rolled a 19,
Okay.
so it's a crit. And that is 68 points of damage. I'm going to try to do non-lethal damage because...
Non-lethal 68 points of damage.
I deal 68 points of bludgeoning him with my sword?
I lobotomize him.
I mean, I
He's
don't...
still alive, he just can't talk.
I want to take him down, I don't necessarily want to kill him, because it's not
That's
his
fair.
fault.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, on the inside, I'm sure he appreciates the gesture.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's my first hit. And also, because it was a crit and because of Mighty Deed, he needs to...
Oh, you're going to go that.
Well, actually, no. Has anybody taken damage?
Yes.
We've all taken damage.
That would be
Right.
everyone.
Right. Right.
And everyone's
Sorry.
within your range for that.
I can only do 3.
Mhm.
3 people, so who didn't make their saves? Oh, well, okay, Claudius and Emmy and Henry, go ahead and take 1d6 plus 3.
Go ahead and roll it.
Oh, right, I have to roll it. 4.
So 7.
So 7 points of healing
Good.
because of this thing.
Where does that put you at?
69.
Nice.
Out of 103.
And just straight into the gutter.
And then,
It's where we live our lives, people.
Try so hard to make it a PG channel, and
Ever pretended that this was a PG?
No.
I was specifically told PG-13.
okay.
Specifically.
for my second attack, does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Okay, then 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Non-lethal. damage.
Just imagine you like turn your swords, you're holding it like with the blade edge, and you're just
Just stop it! Just stop it!
Right his face.
I'm gonna try and not kill you with this, but it's gonna hurt.
Yep.
You're gonna hate me.
You'll no longer have a limb, but you'll be alive.
Is that you?
Yes.
Cool. Alright.
Oh, did you do those with advantage, by the way?
What's his wisdom save
No,
that he
but-
needs to
I
make?
don't think she
I hit.
needed it.
17.
Roll your second one.
He
just for
meets
for me.
it. Does he have to be over?
Roll it again.
He would not have to be over. It is a.
Yeah, you just have to meet it.
Oh, that's higher than last time. Why am I thinking this hard?
Darn.
So yeah, he
As a
He
double-edged
makes it.
sword there.
and
I mean, he was gonna make it anyway, so you know,
It's got a high whiz.
that
nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I would just like to
Well,
point
he
out
will-
that I
he'll
didn't
do
have
it.
to ask anybody
Most
about
likely I'll
how
talk
to do
about
a
it,
crit.
and we'll see what he does.
Good job.
Bravo.
Yeah, look at me, guys. I'm figuring out the basic rules. of the
You
game.
did a
I've been playing
D&D.
for 2 years.
I mean, I love Critical Role, but like the whole first season, as it were, like their name is literally Critical Role, but they were constantly asking how to do crits.
I mean, it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
their name is the Glassbreakers Guild. How often do you see us breaking glass?
Every time it's in front of us,
Do we need to break?
like
He's going to turn to you.
I meant like.
So
us,
he's going
actually,
to.
but-
He has
will have
disadvantage on
disadvantage.
attacks that aren't against Steven.
How does that work with a spell?
if it is an attack spell, then
It's not
If
an
he
attack.
makes a roll,
He's
then he has
fine.
disadvantage. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
Okay.
Counterspell 5th level.
Never mind.
Nope.
Well done. Janice is glad you did that. Janice is very glad you did that.
What did you think he was gonna do? Cast a spell in front of me?
No, you won't.
Never mind.
This was one of the only 2 spellcasters we've met here.
And he's going to
Will he?
get up to his feet. And that's
Oh.
gonna be his movement.
Can make an attack, so I guess that doesn't trigger.
So that brings us to the gargoyle that currently has
Sorry, Amy.
Okay.
Good luck.
He is
Right.
just going to fly you.
Oh,
He's gonna fly you just over the edge over here above the river. He has not let go of you yet.
This just went from slipping the grapple to making sure you don't get out of the grapple.
Ever.
It's like, I love you.
And
Bad gargoyle.
So I've played this game with a cat where I'm trying to get it in, like
Yeah.
it doesn't want to be held or whatever, and then I try to get it into the water and then I can't.
Yep.
Yep. So now he's going to just to be insulting, grip into you with his little talons.
no, he's not, unless he makes the wisdom save.
And has disadvantage.
Yeah, if he makes the save, he'll still have disadvantage.
14, no, right?
No.
Okay, never
Nope,
mind.
so
He'll
No,
hold
it's
you,
not.
but he won't
He
attack
just
you.
he holds you lovingly above the pit of
Good
murky,
kitty.
disgusting grossness and
If you
tentacles.
fall in that, you end up with mad monkey disease.
Shut up.
And possibly just because of the very southward direction that the stream took so quickly. I mean, there are tentacles down there, so I'm just saying. Do with that information what you
And
will.
we're a hentai.
So that brings us back up
Lady.
to Emmy. Yeah.
Can I yell something to Emmy?
Wow. Sure.
Hold your action.
What?
what?
Just hold your action.
What does that even mean?
Just get ready to attack.
Attack what?
So I would again like to slip its grasp and climb onto its back if I can. So it's
Climb speed.
Nope,
You know.
nope, 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 nope.
so
No.
trying very hard to and
Oh, you missed a chance this time. Or not.
11.
No. Just barely, no.
Gah!
It was so close. It was so close.
Okay, well that's fine.
Oh, I thought you were gonna have it.
That's fine.
So not so much. Anything else?
This is getting really old, really quick.
You can dodge again.
Yeah, it wasn't dodge. Well, yes, it was. So yeah, I'll just take patient defense.
Okay. All right. Fill jar in while I'm going down the line here.
Okay.
What?
That's my brother. That's
Oh.
who Jar is.
Oh.
Janice.
I'm going to
Here, let me borrow your pencil real quick.
reach out and, with my gauntleted hand, sink my whole hand into Melbane and just start twisting
Oof.
to deal 32 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Is there a save there or anything?
Nope. I assume a 25 hits him.
Yes,
so
it does.
I rolled the hit and
32?
Yep.
You can kind of see as you reach your hand into his chest, he just his back arches, and you can kind of the rust almost seems like it's passing up into his veins and into his neck some. He's still there, but he is hurting real bad. Sorry. There's just this moment where I had your turn order thing covered with the, you know how if you scroll over it, the little trash can symbol comes up? The trash can symbol leaves your name saying anus. And I am 12, so, you know. Okay, is that it for you? Enery.
Good job, Anus.
Okay. I will run 30 feet eastward.
30 feet. Okay.
Eastward.
Towards Elaine.
Towards Elaine.
Don't worry, Danny. I can't keep
Okay.
it straight in my head.
30 feet eastward.
I mean, technically
Not
that's
on this.
south.
Like,
5, 10,
I'm inside a building.
15, 20,
Inside a
25.
building.
So just past Elaine.
Yes.
Okay.
North.
Okay.
Yeah,
South.
Technically that's
Yeah,
south.
that part I've
Is-
got.
do I have
It's
any more
which side is
movement?
east and west?
Ah,
I have
okay.
Do I have any more
Fair enough.
movement to go further?
What's your speed?
30.
That was 30, so.
That was 30?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I will hold my hand out to Emmeline.
Are we gonna switch places again?
Yeah.
Dude!
You see a spectral clockwork hand reach forward. You grab it, me and you switch places. Then I will bonus action.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. I grabbed the bad guy.
No, you don't worry. You don't have to worry about that because then I will bonus action go right next to
Misty
Emmeline.
step.
Yep, I will Misty step.
That's
As a bonus action.
awesome!
And I get it back.
Conjuration wizards. I've never
Nice.
considered
That's
playing one, but now I might. This is
awesome!
pretty cool.
I love it. So the gargoyle is just
It's all
left
about
in the
teleportation.
air going, huh?
No, I'm there briefly. It's like, oh, you poor thing. Click, and I go back to land.
You just
Oh, you poor thing.
just looking very confused, flies back to his little
To
stoop
imagine
thing.
his arms are still like.
Welcome back to
Yeah,
Thailand.
totally. For just a second, like
Thanks.
it changes shape as like he pops in, and he looks at him strangely long
I'm
enough.
Metal Man. Click.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Thank you, my dear.
Just
Yep.
awkwardly lumbers his way back to the bridge side.
Good work.
I was hoping to hold his action so that then as soon as I teleported, popped him back in, pop, 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 pop. But
That's fair.
You did not hold your action.
I did
though. You
not,
did
no.
you did the other thing.
I did the other thing.
Can I
I have, however, got the dodge action going. So
Henry, that was just
bravo.
Really
yes,
well
yes,
done.
yes. Well done, sir. Well done.
Claudius Maximus.
Second verse.
same as the first.
A little bit wet.
And a whole lot worse.
Okay. First attack. 23.
Yep.
10 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Reroll that.
Had a lot of hit
Third,
points, but it's
no,
kind of squishy.
12 points of slashing damage. Third attack. 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'm glad you said that, because
yeah.
I was mathing hard.
11 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm. He's looking real hurt.
And then 3. 28 to hit.
Yep.
And reroll that. Dang it. 7 points of slashing damage.
You see him crumple to his knees and just like fall unconscious onto the bridge. Like rust is pulsing through his veins, and his eyes that seem to be fighting between this like blue and black kind of settle for just a second, half open, and return to their more natural blue shade. He just kind of groans and lays unconscious there. As this happens,
I'm just gonna take the butt of my spear and go for good measure.
he's out. He's definitely out.
Out by the light.
And as this happens, he all of the enchantments around you, not so much the earth moving, but the bridge and the gargoyles do kind of recede back into the earth. So the earthquakes that cause the cliff to become a closer distance from you, that still holds, but the effect that was being held as far as the bridge and the gargoyles has been dissipated, yes.
Steven, I'm going to reach out and grab your forearm, and as I do, like, little lines of iron shavings start to, like, move into any cuts you have on your body. You gain 28 hit points.
You see me you see Emmeline standing there for a moment. She closes her eyes, concentrates for a second, and all of the wounds mostly close up.
That's super cool.
Janice, how are you doing?
I hurt a little bit.
Is that a little bit a lot?
A little bit.
On a scale of 1 to 100, it'd be 48.
Henry, how you doing?
Ping!
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know what that is.
A bolt
Just-
just shot.
just-
Just
Okay, so,
I'm down a little bit, but not as bad as he is. So
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and take 20.
So you have
I guess I could just second wind.
Mm-hmm.
are you planning on
Oh,
trying
sorry.
to fix him,
my bad.
or are we just gonna leave him?
Well, I mean, I can, but as soon as he's awake.
Yeah, but he'll have to find us.
And he's gonna keep coming after us.
Yeah, so we should make sure he doesn't bleed out and leave him here.
Yep, exactly.
Buy us some time.
I can tie him up again,
I think that would be a good idea.
Yes.
By a little bit more time.
and I will. I didn't think I was ever going to use this. I have a handkerchief.
Yes.
Okay.
Do tell.
So I'm going to, like, stuff it in his mouth, and that's where I'm starting. My knot is behind his head and around his mouth, and I'm just, it's what is the normal, like, 40 feet of rope? Yeah, so it's 40 feet of rope. So I'm having someone hold him standing upright, and the knot starts here, and we're going in circles all the way down to the bottom, and then I am tying it through and around his feet and tying off the knot.
Would
And then we will set him back down.
16 medicine check to make sure he doesn't bleed out work?
Yeah.
Cool.
That would do good.
I will make sure he doesn't bleed out.
Danny,
Yes.
I have a question for
I
you.
might have an
Oh,
answer
dear.
for you.
So you know, I can make a animate object. I just can create anything within 3 feet by 3 feet, no more than 10 pounds, right?
Mhm.
Now, if I were to create an object, would I need to continually make it, or could I just say that I reinstate the magic in it?
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
What?
So,
what
so
how are you
for example,
going to apply
all right.
this?
So if I wanted to make a box that's magical or something like that, like a tiny little box, would I have to, after it only lasts for an hour, would I have to let the box go, and then make a new box, or could I just continually pump magic in to continue the box
Would
going?
the box ever have to go away, or could he just keep it up the whole time?
Here, if you want to just see what the ruling says, it's under minor conjuration.
I'm tempted to say you can keep it going.
Okay.
As
I
soon
mean,
as
that would
we're
be
done tying him up, I'm also
concentration,
gonna
wouldn't it?
pull out the jar and just shake it.
I don't know. Even if she says
Put it back.
concentration.
Put it back in the bag of holding.
No, wait, hold on. I've got a plan.
We have the crow in a jar.
We still have the crow in the jar, which is where this
Yeah.
idea comes from.
Yeah, no, I just took it out and shook it.
I
and
can
then put it
I
back.
can continue keeping whatever it is going as long as I remember to pump magic into it.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that sounds fair.
All right. I'm going to make another jar that has breathing holes, and I'm going to take a little bit of that shrinking mushroom.
Yep.
I'm going to shrink him, put him in the jar, so now we have him constantly.
I did not see that coming.
Because as long as we know where he is, he's tied up. He cannot escape.
How long does your magic last?
As long as I continue pumping it in.
But like,
I see one slight problem
Sure,
with your plan.
Uh-huh. This is a plan. This is a plan.
If the mushroom wears off, or if he casts spells while he's in there.
well, he.
I can
it's a gag.
counterspell him.
It's a good idea. I'm just saying, like, he potentially could still cast spells and be a problem.
Trevor.
All crazy geniuses.
Well, we could always bag a holding him.
But that would kill him.
That would kill him.
But he's so much smaller, he uses so much less oxygen that he
Yeah,
would have to be brought out less often.
I don't want to try to remember.
It's 10 hours
Hey,
of
did
10
we get
minutes.
the guy air?
Did
Damn it!
we never know?
Poor
Oops.
Moby.
Or we could just let him pass, and maybe the goddess could reinstate his soul into his body. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah. So wait, so your thing lasts 10 hours, so you don't have to do it for another 10 hours.
What lasts for 10 hours?
No, it
Your
lasts
jar.
for an hour.
I can. It lasts for an hour, but from what Danny says, I can keep making the magic that reinstates the.
Right, but you
As
don't have to
long
keep
as he
casting
doesn't
the
use
spell.
that ability for anything else, he can just
Oh, okay,
have it
I follow.
perpetually be
Yeah.
in existence.
And unless you have a way of making him sleep permanently.
I mean, we could kill him,
No.
but that's
That's the eternal slumber, not sleep.
I mean, aside from
Keep going, I have to check.
well, why don't you keep that up? I have an idea.
I haven't done it yet. I'm just saying.
Oh
we
no!
should-
Like, if we want to do that, I have an idea. I can ask the Lost Boys if there's any kind of herbs that are specifically used to induce sleep.
Wait, don't I have information on herbs from the bookstore?
Oh, actually, yeah, you do. That's another one of those things that I don't think I wrote down because I thought it would be irrelevant, but yes!
Are there any sleeping?
There
Powers?
Valium tree.
The ones that are listed would probably be more from the Northwest Territories. So, like, here there's not like there's stuff that would help you that would be
Oh,
kind
right.
of like valerian root or something like that, but it's not going to. It's not like magic knockout juice.
Danny,
Yeah.
I have a question. From what I know about the shackles that are controlling him, so he does not want to harm us, right?
Correct.
If he can help it,
Then
which he may or may not be able to.
would he be considered willing for the purposes of that?
And how long does that last?
Are you talking planar binding again?
No.
Huh.
Yeah. Would he be willing? Because, like, obviously he's, like, he can't not attack us, but I don't know if for the purposes of this spell, whether he would count as willing or not.
Huh.
Yep, your call.
1 hour.
He is willing, but it's going to be an evens or odds as to whether him being willing is the deciding willingness. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Well, I think that's a great idea. Let's do that for now, and then we can try something
Just
later.
little man in the jar.
In
Okay.
a jar.
And actually, if you can find your Valium stuff anywhere nearby, we can drug him to help out with.
Now, are we gonna need to like rig a harness or something so you can always see him? Because don't you need to see him to counterspell?
Yeah.
I just have to know he's casting a spell.
According to counterspell, you have to see
You might
it.
want to check. I think counterspell says you have to be able to see him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is a creature you can see, cast a spell.
I think that and dispel kind of work the same way.
Dispel magic doesn't have that you can see.
Nope, it's just you end one magical effect on something within 120
Yeah,
feet.
when you see a creature within 60 feet casting a spell.
So we just need to like rig up a little harness like on the outside of
Have
someone's
him like
backpack.
dangling in front of you.
I have this stick from the frog. We could literally just like put his jar in front of you.
Okay.
Done.
Yep, it's done.
I force feed him the shrinking part of the mushroom. I conjure a jar. I put him in the jar.
Force it down his throat.
Yep.
He kind of like halfway wakes up, but doesn't totally as you're shoving this mushroom into his mouth.
Here, a snack.
Oh, well, and then
Shut up and eat.
I assume the gag goes back in right after that.
Yeah.
And yes, you have yourself a shrunken man in a jar. Mazel
Okay,
tov.
well,
I now
we
have two
rig
creatures
him
in
up
a
so
jar.
he's in a little harness and he just sits right here as you
well, I guess I'll take my rope back before we do that then, so that I can then cut off a small piece from the end and tie him up again, and then I'll cut off another piece and use that to tie it to you.
Poor Melbane.
It sucks to
Poor
suck.
You guys would
I
have
have
done
two
so
things in
much
jars. I'm
trouble
making
had
a
you not done
collection.
your thing. That was some
I'm
really
slowly
great thinking.
making a collection of things in jars.
Yeah, we have the crow.
We now have Melbane in a jar.
So as you continuing forward.
I think so.
So continuing on forward, this landscape is very different than the last that you were in. It's opened up to what seems on top to be more of a desert landscape, but you're noticing that below your feet there are a lot of little holes. And as you look ahead of you, you see that they get wider and wider. So it's kind of a Swiss cheese landscape.
Great.
The stuff that is actually growing on top looks like more kind of desert shrub type things, and then just this whole interesting Swiss cheese hole thing below you.
How big are the holes?
Where you are right now, probably something along this line, but you can actually visibly see across the landscape that they get person-sized pretty easily.
Great. Speaking of tremors.
Well, I mean, you are
Purple
going to a
worm.
place called the Underground Woods.
Whatever that means.
I assume it means that the woods, the trees, are underground.
I hope that doesn't mean we have to go underground. And we're walking, and we're walking.
Avoiding the holes, keeping an eye on our ankles.
Keeping an eye on the jar.
Perception?
So perception is 18.
Uh-huh.
And if you can find any of your Valium stuff,
Yeah, I'll keep looking.
18.
What was this?
Perception.
13.
Seeing as I'm watching the jar, can I insight him to gauge whether he is going to cast a spell? Or just perception?
More perception,
Okay.
because he already doesn't intend to cast the spells that he's intending to.
Okay.
That he does. Like, that sounded weird. Sorry.
Okay.
I gave it
Intend to do the thing
18.
he intends to do.
Yes.
18.
18? Okay.
22.
So I think all of you see it this time. What was yours?
Me?
Yeah.
13.
Oh, okay. You don't quite catch it, but everybody else does. So there is a rustling in one of the shrubs just ahead of you, and you can kind of see this wild little head of hair poking out.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
We're not in Oz.
We could be.
There is no reason that would be the case.
Yeah. If ever there was a place Oz was,
If
It
there
would
was,
be
a
here.
There was. Wizard of Oz is one because.
Is that the wrong book?
No, I don't.
Because-
I'm not
because-
saying
because-
that it couldn't be here, but we're in the desert. I don't remember seeing a desert in Oz.
There is a
Return to
desert in Oz.
How do you know that there's a desert in Oz?
Return to Oz. The creepiest movie
It is
I've
a
ever
really
seen.
And actually, there are like a crap ton of Oz books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, isn't there a desert around all of Oz?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the point? Is there's a giant desert that you can't go into, or else you turn to sand or something?
Yep.
Like,
Poppy
The
field.
poppy field? That was just a drug trip.
Also not wrong.
that's just opium.
Misplaced.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Yes, you see
Puppies
a
would
little
put them this
fuzzy
way.
head, and he kind of blends in with the surroundings. He's a little stony looking, and he's
What
Oh.
is that?
the Korid. So he sees you, and he's got a tiny dagger, and he kind of jumps backwards when he notices that you're coming through. No, no, no,
No, what?
no more attacks.
We haven't attacked you.
We weren't planning to attack you either, dear.
Did you come with the big bear man?
Excuse
There's a
me,
big
what?
bear man?
No.
Do you think that he's the big bear man?
Hey.
No, but you could be related.
It's Chorus.
Oh no.
Have you seen a lizard in a disguise?
Wearing a bear suit.
And a monocle.
Came with a little scrawny guy,
No.
beady black eyes.
No.
No. We don't know who you mean, dear.
He kind of stands back and holds his knife out. Then who are you?
My name's Emeline.
Emmeline.
Claudius. And you are?
Claudius.
NPC number 4.
Well, no, hold on. This is like
Svegled.
Oh, what?
Gesundheit.
Svegled.
Svedled.
So for player, Steven, can you spell that?
Sveg, so like Sven, but with a G
Okay.
on the end. Sled.
Okay.
Svegled.
Svegled.
Gesundheit.
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 That's his name.
Good to meet you. I think.
I think it's a title, actually.
The Great Gesundheit.
Granted by the guild.
Is that your title?
Gesundheit. Granted by the guild. I love it.
The the gatekeeper. What's his title? Gesundheit.
The Great Gesundheit.
The Great Gesundheit.
You are the great Gesundheit.
No,
What does that mean?
nothing.
What's in a name?
Why do you say a thing you don't mean?
A rose by any other name. It's well as sweet.
I'm a Kored. I will stink regardless of what you call me.
I see.
Yes, dear. I think you've grasped the nuance of the turn of phrase.
Excellent. Why have you come?
To leave.
You're taking lessons from Janice.
Except Janice doesn't have high enough stats to be doing that anymore.
Well, then go.
We were.
Then-
You stopped us.
Then we will, and I start walking.
And I'm right with you.
Follow.
Good day.
Good day.
Cheerio.
Farewell.
What? Why are you holding on to your sanity?
The most awkward social encounter.
I have a higher charisma than all of you.
Then speak.
You all speak before I can, and it ruins everything.
Use initiative.
I actually think it fixes everything. Do you know how many encounters we have avoided because we have spoken? Where are you going? Leaving? Then go, okay.
Bye.
Far fewer allies than you probably should have, but.
Can't a Tweedle be two things at once? No.
Oh,
You're a Tweedle, not a Neanderthal, so clearly you can't.
See, we're getting stuff done.
so you move on forward. And
Oh, okay.
is left standing there scratching his head awkwardly, wondering what the heck just happened.
As we're walking off. You can come along if you'd like.
Now, here we go again.
Ah, yes, Keith, thank you. You're saving the NPC.
He knows Danny put all sorts of work into this NPC. We just...
I mean, not especially. This one's a kind of a nod to something that happened before that you weren't there for.
Well, do you wish for me to come?
If you wish to.
He
If
kind
you're,
of
if
looks
you're
at his
worried
hand.
about Bearman.
Oh no, the bear man was nice.
I thought. Okay.
That was why I wanted to know if you came with him.
I want to meet Bearman
Do
now.
we know any bear men?
Not that I think we've met so far.
Can I do a check to know if I know a
I've
Bearman?
barely met anyone.
Sure.
No. That's a 3 plus whatever.
Yeah, no.
I assume I know several bearmen.
You do.
You do.
There's also something else that I'll have to tell you later. But yes, you know several bearmen. You're not sure that he would be talking about any who have specifically come here. Like they usually stay to themselves for the most part. So
All the bears I know are solitary.
They are
often
solitary creatures.
We're going to mate for life.
Well, have nothing better to do today, apparently. The rivers are turning into ichor. Weird earthquakes are happening everywhere. Realistically.
I mean,
We have a
Hopefully
man
that
in
will
the jar.
stop. Tink, 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 tink.
I have a man in a jar, and that is something I have not seen.
do you happen to know how to get to the White Castle?
I do. I am aware. There is a small catch, a lock of sorts. But once you're past that, it's easy enough. And I am well regarded.
Lock L-O-C-H. Or Lock L-O-C-K.
L-O-C-K.
I see.
You to the exact same place. A lock.
I cannot join you for that particular part because I kind of have my own entrance. But it's not too terribly difficult if one is of good intention. Which I trust you are of good intention.
We are.
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't mind leading us to the White Castle, that would actually be very helpful.
I can do this. I did it for the bear man too.
You wouldn't happen to know an Archibald, would you?
Archibald. Oh, the goods dealer from White Castle.
Oh, he lives in White Castle. Good.
Yes, yes.
Staff of the Magi. It's on his list of magic items.
Remember how you guys were all like, hey, if we don't talk to people, we get things done.
Yeah, so what I have learned from this whole encounter, you are Alice in Wonderland. We are the Tea Party.
You're not wrong.
We Which sucks because I've been trying to clock it.
You're the cup of tea.
I'm a cup of tea. You're the Mad Hatter, you're the rabbit, and you're
The Cheshire
the Cheshire
Cat,
That
yeah.
means I'm like the drunk mouse. PTSD mouse or whatever it was. It's been a while.
All I know is your response to everyone here. I'm like, you are Alice.
I could see it. I could see it.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. So he agrees to lead you.
She's also the one who's eating the mushroom.
That's why.
He has to kind of scamper a bit between holes, and you gotta rush to keep up with him. He's quicker than he looks like he would be with those two little bizarre little pan legs. But
Should just put him on your head and have him guide you.
just like
I mean, if you would like a ride.
Very well. Heh, there's a man right here.
What?
because the guy in a jar is like attached to you, right?
No, it's
No,
not.
that's me. Him.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Just
It's
so
floating right in front
it's
of
just
him.
I'm watching it to Cartwright spell if he tries to escape.
That's fair. So he kind of just guides you and tries to guide you around holes every now and then. Your foot might find one and you fall through for just a second.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
That's alright.
He continues guiding you through, and at a certain point he's like,
Again, stop. Excellent. The space you'll want,
and you can kind of see like the holes get smaller again, going forward, not so man-sized, and they also seem to have a little bit of. There's a little bit of a shimmer just above them.
Like heat or magic?
Like magic.
What kind of question was that?
Wait, so what exactly is in
Sure.
front? Is there a
Of
wall?
course it's gonna be magic.
No,
It's
there's
Wonderland,
a
you
wall
never-
in front of you
Wonderland,
that
you don't
is
know.
person-sized.
I see.
And
Yellowstone for all we know.
and he pauses and kind of points down into that.
just around the corner down there, there will be a passage for others to enter.
Are you telling me that we have to jump down a giant hole?
Oh, it's not far. Just 10 feet.
I step off.
Yep, I go.
It's not far enough
All right,
to,
then
to
I'll
take
follow.
damage.
I'll follow.
And you see him actually
Meanwhile,
in
Alice.
one of those ocean spaces. There's a brand on his chest that looks like a waning crescent that glows a little bit as he passes through something that looks like a force field in one of the other smaller holes and drops down. Where you have dropped down, it appears to be something akin to a stone temple. The walls are really beautifully engraved. Something that looks akin to hieroglyphics. I can't say the word.
Something that looks akin to
But
hyrule.
much prettier.
Ooh.
So they're very elaborate, like vine work,
calligraphic.
kind of Celtic knots
That'd be a cool campaign.
against everything.
Just
And
wandering
in the
Hyrule.
middle of it, there is a space for a handprint. And in the middle of the room,
That
there
seems
is a
familiar.
fountain that has a small plaque in front of it. And I think we're going to end there for the night, as it is
All right.
9:15.
Unfortunately, we didn't figure out how this worked last time.
Nope, we knocked on the door. There was a handprint on the other door too.
In the Red Castle, there's a
Oh,
door with another handprint that
We
we
just knocked.
did not know how to get past, so we just knocked on the door and they opened it.
no.
Problem solved.
Well, there's probably more information on this one, seeing as the people here are less insane and probably haven't screwed up their own place.
Natalie,
Yeah.
I want you to know every time we do something, you're like, we're just gonna jump, and you're like trying to figure out if you're going to do it. In the back of my head, all the rest of us are singing, "A very merry birthday to you!" Woo-hoo!
A very merry birthday to you. Oh, hey, then we get the tea set at the Garrett's Well, what am I talking about?
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We hope you had a good time tonight. I know I had fun. I can't speak for the rest of these guys, but I'm pretty sure they did too. We will be with you next week once again, same time, same place. We'll continue our merry adventures in wherever the heck it is we are. Before we let you go, just some reminders. We do have our YouTube channel. I've fallen behind on getting things posted, but normally we post all of the back episodes of the campaign, and we've been trying real hard to get recaps up, and we've been behind on that as well.
Shocker!
Oh,
There does exist one.
yes.
There exists more than that. More have been recorded.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
so they exist.
But you can go to the
Got to
YouTube
find
channel,
them.
check everything out that we've got there. We've got this campaign that's ongoing. We've got the previous one that is completed. I think we were just shy of 50 episodes at just about 3 hours a piece. So have fun with that.
150 hours.
We also have some other content that we put up there for you guys to enjoy. Go check it out. Watch through what we've got. Give us some suggestions if you've got some ideas for things that we can put up there. We also have our Discord server, a good place to keep tabs on the news for this channel, as well as Danny's creative streaming and Kyrie's creative streaming when they each respectively get an opportunity to do so. Also, we've got our Hagsmaster, which is the in-character tavern. Any character, any system, doesn't matter. It's a good place to just come hang out in character and have a good time. That is all I think we've got for us for tonight. So until next time, guys.
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
And if you've got a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Good night.